Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
That's right, folks, and thank you very much for tuning in with me to this Taco Tuesday edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. This is episode number 401. Number 401 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. It is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not already done so, folks, please follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores, PoliticsGhost. And, of course, I'm on the Twitter alternative, folks. Gab, if you don't know what that is, go ahead and type in your web browser right now. gab.ai, and I'm also on that Twitter alternative Gab at the same address, PoliticsGhost. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get right into it. Helter-skelter day on the markets today, and as I stated, folks, I'm not sitting here and trying to let anybody know or let anybody give anybody the idea that I believe that this is a decent market to be investing in at this point in time. And I'm going to continue to reiterate this until the crash finally comes about. I mean, these composites, these index composites are way inflated. This is just completely ridiculous. These investors don't know what the hell they're doing. As a matter of fact, folks, I think this is a trap. I said this yesterday. Fourth quarter earnings have not even come in yet, and I think they're going to be disappointing. And on top of which, the Federal Reserve raising interest rates, folks. All right, we need to take that into consideration. And moreover, I didn't want to talk about Trump until after I went through the markets, but Trump has also been talking to a few potential Treasury secretaries who actually believe that we should abolish the Federal Reserve and potentially go back to the gold standard. So that could legitimately throw a 180 in the economy, folks, and us as investors, we're going to have to just brace for that potential, all right? And, of course, the way you brace for that potential is if Donald Trump, if he has a financial plan to bring us and the monetary system back to the gold standard, well, by God, if you're holding some gold, I mean, obviously it's going to go up. I mean, there's going to be a little bit of a value going on there, at least for the initial transition of abolishing the Federal Reserve and then going into some kind of gold standard to some capacity. All right? So, once again, this is a helter-skelter market as far as I'm concerned, folks. The investors don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't blame them. I think they're all colluding, in my personal opinion, trying to lure people in with these inflated index composites, folks. This is a trap, and I'm going to continue to say it's a trap. Do not invest in this stock market. If you want to do anything right now, you should try to at least accumulate as much cash as you possibly can. accumulate as much currency as you possibly can. So when the stock market and the real estate market crash, you can stay there and wait until you see the bottom. And last time, folks, during 2008 and 2009 crash, the bottom was somewhere around the high 7,000s, 8,000 point area. All right? And that's why I'm telling you, folks, you buy low, sell high. This is how Warren Buffett has made himself billions. You just have to have enough cash on you when the crash happens. So when everybody's going out, you go in and you start gobbling up blue chip stocks. You start gobbling up dividend-based stocks. I mean, you start gobbling up stocks that you know are going to be around and profitable for the next 10 to 15 years, that have growth potential, so on and so forth. This is how you gain wealth, folks. Buy low, sell high. And I also think there's going to be plenty of opportunities in the real estate market as well. All right, I'm going to tell you, I made some great plays in the real estate market back in the crash of 2008 and 2009. I mean, great plays, and they're going to be had. All you need is the cash. You need to be sitting on enough cash or enough liquidatable assets that don't diminish in value in a potential damn crash in the stock market. I mean, that's basically it. So that's what I'm advising everybody to do at this point in time, is to try to accumulate as much cash as you possibly can so you can potentially go in when this stock market crashes out. And I think it's going to crash at any time, folks. It just needs that triggering point. And I believe it's going to be, obviously, what's going to be the slide downward is going to be the low earnings in the fourth quarter, in my opinion. And then when the Federal Reserve raises interest rates, and then you wait till after the first of the year and wait till Donald Trump's president, if Donald Trump appoints somebody as the Treasury Secretary that wants to abolish the Federal Reserve, well, that's also going to kind of flip-flop the whole goddamn economy. So we got to be prepared. All right, we got to be prepared. And as far as I'm concerned at this point in time, I wouldn't be going into stocks at this point in time. You know what I mean? All right? And look, somebody's asking me, you used to say the gold standard would be disastrous. I'm not talking in favor of the gold standard right now, all right? I'm just simply stating what could potentially happen. Because inevitably, what happens in a gold standard, in my personal opinion, is that you limit the amount of dollars circulating. I mean, the amount of dollars that are going to be circulating in a given market are going to be so scarce that the value of those dollars are going to be very, very high. And as a result, yeah, of course, prices could potentially go low for products. But when there's not a circulation of money and a circulation of currency, new wealth opportunities tend to be scarce. They tend to be scarce because there's not as much currency circulating the American markets. And when you have a gold standard in which you print money based on, how much gold reserve a country has, I mean, that's a finite amount of money. And as a result, folks, because there's a lot of people who obviously save money, there's obviously people who, save money in a variety of different capacities, whether it's in savings accounts, safes, vaults, whatever. If they're going to save those notes, there's going to be less and less of those currency notes outstanding to circulate, which in turn basically decreases the opportunity for new wealth to generate. So for the person on Twitter that asked me, hey, you said you were always against the gold standard, I'm not a big fan of the gold standard. All right, and the reason is because I want to see new wealth to be generated. When you suppress the opportunity of new wealth from being generated, whether it be from an entrepreneurial startup opportunity, whether it be through creativity, whether it be through invention, whatever the case might be, when you have less dollars circulating in a market, that means the consumer doesn't have that much money. And as a result, the wealth-generating opportunities become very, very scarce. And I just wanted to reiterate for the person that was on Twitter asking me, hey, Ghost, you were always against the gold standard. Well, I mean, that's a very good question. I'm not talking in favor of the gold standard. Now, the way the Federal Reserve is conducting the monetary system at this point in time is completely erratic and it goes against the very foundation of economics. As far as I'm concerned, I think the people running the Federal Reserve are the problem, not necessarily the Federal Reserve. We've got a lot of Fabian socialists. I mean, seriously, downright Fabian socialists who believe deficit spending will eventually, create this socialist utopia type of crap. And I don't want to get into the whole technicality of the idea of Fabian socialism. You have to read that for yourself. But as far as I'm concerned, I think that really what's caused the root problem with the Federal Reserve is the different variants of socialism that have been implemented by the governors and the different Federal Reserve chairs. As far as I'm concerned, what the Federal Reserve should be doing at this point in time is gradually rolling back interest rates. I mean, raising them, gradually raising interest rates. I mean, you got these idiots right now in the Federal Reserve, according to their last released minutes, they're talking about raising the damn Federal Reserve interest rate 5, if not 7 to 8, 10 points. I mean, that would completely just devastate an already, I wouldn't even call this an economy. It's I wouldn't even call it fledgling. I mean, this is a piss-poor economy. Thanks, Obama. A piss-poor economy. So what I would do is I would gradually raise interest rates in conjunction with actual growth. And you see, if you dissect what Janet Yellen says, and I'm not saying I'm an economist, but I do like reading economics and so on and so forth. She tries to cook the books on different markets, and I just never understood this about the Federal Reserve whenever they were testifying in front of Congress or trying to display that they had the monetary prowess to continue to do what they're doing. I never understood why they would analyze markets like the credit market as somewhat of an indicator on why we should raise interest rates or so on and so forth. And what I mean by that is that they believe that the credit market and the job market, all these different little sectors, cumulatively, if you cook the books on all these and bring them all together and you recalculate some figures, and then you can say, hey, look, technically we're growing at this rate, and technically since we're growing at this rate, we can potentially go ahead and raise interest rates. I'm telling you this right now, folks. I don't know what's going to happen. That's why I'm telling you, do not invest in this market. And the only reason I continue to do the markets and present it to you as a part of the show is so that you can be very well aware of what's going on around you. All right? Because let me tell you, there's a lot of people's retirements tied to this stock market, and I think you folks, you need to take notice. I think you need to cash out while you can and cash out at these high rates and figure out how to maneuver your money into more liquidatable assets so you can sit on it, and then once the stock market crashes, you can go right in and just gobble up large mounds of dividend-based stocks. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. I'm not kidding around. Somebody just asked me that as I was saying it. Somebody just asked me that. I would suggest to people to get the hell out. You're never going to see 19,000 Dow Jones Industrial, and if you do, it's not going to be for another 10 years. And a lot of folks that are in retirement right now, I don't think they're going to have that long, if you will. So I would advise people to cash out and put, some kind of diversity in your portfolio in which you are sitting on the cash while at the same time being able to not just sit on nothing but cash. I mean, I think that's dangerous as well. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. Anything could happen. Remember in the crash of 2008 and 2009, it was so bad that it jeopardized the integrity of the banking system. I mean, it was so serious back then that we didn't even know if our goddamn savings and checking account were going to be there the next day. All right? So, in my personal opinion, I think that you should, and let me tell you, if you're worth over $250,000, I wouldn't go past that in any given bank, because the FDIC does secure, and the FDIC, of course, is a government insurance. It does insure the deposits of any customer of a bank up to $250,000. Okay, so and let me tell you, even at that point, I mean, who the hell knows what's going to happen? And in my opinion, I think that if you're going to choose a bank, I would go with banks, folks, that are local and that don't have so much outstanding debt. You can actually request this type of information from the bank, or you can call the Federal Reserve themselves and they can disclose this information, because what you need to do is, if a crash happens, what you want is you want a mom and pop bank, that literally the debts they have outstanding as a bank are pretty much in the bag. They've got agriculture people, individuals that have secured bank accounts. And when I mean secured, they have a loan outstanding, but they could technically pay it off with the savings that they have holding in the given bank in question. So what you want is you want to have a bank with more cash reserve than it does have debt outstanding. All right? Now, people are asking me, well, what about credit unions? You got to investigate yourself about credit unions, because a lot of these credit unions, it's a nonprofit organization, a lot of these credit unions. So the people that are running this place, they don't really, there's not a financial incentive to make sure, certain things are supposed to go a certain way. So what I'm saying is you got to do some due diligence. Remember, capitalism isn't easy, all right? Capitalism isn't easy. You want to get rich, you got to prepare yourself and put yourself in the position to get rich. You got to foresee things that are going to happen in the future and prepare yourself financially to take advantage and capitalize on them. And as I stated, folks, right now, and I've been saying this ever since I came back on this broadcast, I am not holding a goddamn thing, all right? And the only thing I'm holding stocks-wise is stuff I bought like 15, 20 years ago, all right? I mean, even if it collapses, it's not going to go below the price that I got it, because, most of these blue chips that I'm holding at this point in time, they've already split or they've gotten buybacks. I'm getting high dividends. So I'm not really concerned about the holdings that I have for long term that I've had for about 15 years plus.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming, and I'm loud. Roar!
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on Geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything!
But everything else I have liquidated. I have liquidated all my real estate except for the place I have in Austin, Texas. And let me tell you, the reason I rented out the place in Austin, Texas is because I'm anticipating that I'm going to take a loss, and not a loss per se, because I actually have very good equity in this particular property. What I mean is that right now, if I was to sell my apartment, or it's not an apartment, it's a condo, but if I was to sell that condo in downtown Austin right now, I could make a fortune. I mean, I could literally put myself in the 99 percentile. What do you call it? The 1% amongst the 99% with the sale of this particular place. Now, the reason I don't want to do that is because I personally believe with the growth of Austin, Texas, that particular piece of real estate, which I purchased, folks, back in like 2009, all right, when literally, let me tell you how I had, and this is another thing. Just because you have the opportunity to do it, you have to have the cash to buy it. And in the case in point with my place in Austin, they had an over-influx of condominiums and all kinds of places all over Texas that were vacant. Austin, they were all vacant, all downtown. I remember the city was shaking in their boots, for Christ's sake. But I looked at it and said, man, this is a beautiful skyline. Who the hell's not going to come down here? This is I loved Austin, Texas. I mean, pre-2008, it was a beautiful town. I mean, you could walk the streets, and the worst that could happen to you at night when you're walking home or, you're walking, to wherever the hell you're going at downtown Austin is some homeless person will come up to you and say, hey, do you got $1? Or something of that capacity. Now it's a jungle, all right? I thought San Hambonio was going to be a little different, man. This is even worse. When these liberals take over these cities, it's not inaccurate when they say that once liberals take over the political system of a municipality, that city goes to hell. That city goes to hell. Anyway, back to the condominium in Austin. I purchased this, and I had to put, folks, let me tell you, I had to put 50% of that damn condo down. Now, I know that sounds like a lot based upon the value of all the real estate that's downtown Austin at this point in time, but believe it or not, there was so much, all right, so much property at the time that, man, freaking everybody that were investors in these particular high-rises were taking anything. And if you were, I mean, because technically, if you could put 50% down, even if the banks are kind of not really lending money per se, they'll lend if you're putting 50% down on the damn property. You understand? And the reason is because if I don't come through with the rest of the 50%, which I'm almost done with, mind you, but if I don't come up with the rest of the 50%, they can just snag that damn piece of property at 50% of the bought value that I purchased on the market. I created the new price point in that market, so they technically get it. If I don't pay my mortgage, they technically get it at 50% less of the actual value on top of all the damn interest that I pay on the damn mortgage itself. Now, right now, folks, the freaking market in Austin, Texas, to buy anything, you can't touch anything. I'm talking, man, even if you got like a freaking 700 square foot, I don't even know, I guess an apartment, I guess a one-bedroom, I don't know. Well, you got a 700 square footer, man. You know that these sons of bitches are running for like $600,000 for a 700 square foot joint downtown Austin, Texas. I mean, give me a break. Now, people are going to ask me, well, Ghost, why don't you sell your place? I don't want to sell this place. I like this place. I mean, the place in Austin, Texas, I mean, I couldn't have dreamed of a better locale. Everything's within walking distance. I mean, 6th Street is literally down the street. It's beautiful. You don't even need a car, man. I mean, you just got the city right outside your door. I love that joint. All right? So what I did is I'm anticipating that when the crash happens, I'm going to take a dramatic loss in whatever potential value that I could be gaining if I was to sell that condo right now. So instead of taking that loss because I'm in love with the property, which is something you should never do. You should never be in love with a property. But you see, even though I'm breaking that rule, I'm anticipating how to gain the revenue that I could potentially lose because the market potentially will go down and crash. So what I did is I put it up for lease. All right, it's my place, so I'm leasing it out. Okay, I'm the landlord, so on and so forth. As a matter of fact, I leased it out furnished, which I have some pretty badass. I don't want to get into my furnishing repertoire, but it looks pretty badass to say the least. All right. Anyway, I could not believe the amount of money people are willing to pay per month to live just in that particular area there. So I got a 6-month commitment from somebody that literally is paying. I don't even want to tell you how much they're paying because you're going to be like, are you kidding me? No, I'm not kidding you. All right? I'm not joking you, but the money that I'm getting paid from that, I'm able to not only live where I'm at temporarily out here in San Hambonia, which is actually a great neighborhood. I mean, the neighborhood that I'm living in right now, it's a great neighborhood. The place I'm staying at, it's one of the properties of a good friend of mine that's one of the big businessmen out here in this town. And he was kind enough to, go ahead and let me kind of hang out here. And, of course, I'm paying him. But the amount of money I'm paying him is nothing compared to what I'm getting from the person, the individual, I should say, that is staying in my place right now in Austin, Texas. You know what I'm saying? So the point I'm trying to make is that even though I'm kind of infatuated with that particular dwelling out there, I am making money now to anticipate any potential losses that will incur when the real estate market crashes. If I would have sold it now, because if I would have sold it now, I'd be making lots of money. But I'm making lots of money now because I'm leasing it out, and then when I go back there, I could either lease it out again, or I could stay there. I can do whatever I want, man. I got money in my pocket, for heaven's sake. Anyway, I didn't mean to get off on that tirade, folks. I'm just trying to let people know this is how you capitalize, baby. This is how you do this. All right. And the reason I went on that tirade was because I was letting everybody know I'm sitting on cash right now. It's the only property that I have. And right now what I'm doing is I'm waiting. I'm sitting back and I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the damn crash of the stock market, waiting to crash on the real estate market. And guess what? I'm going to do it again. Yeah. Come on. Let's do it again. That's what you do. And that's how you keep getting more wealthy. That's how you sustain your wealth. That's how you sustain your life. And that's why I'm trying to do this broadcast, to be honest with you folks, because I want you to do the same thing. I want you to carve out your life. I want you to understand that you do have the power to legitimately take yourself out of whatever pathetic situation that you're finding yourself in right now. You do. That's why I'm telling you the things that I'm telling you here. I mean, I'm shooting pearls here. I'm shooting pearls, and I just wish that some of you folks, and I know some of you are, I know there's a lot of folks in the inner circle, many folks in the inner circle that, gave me some great stories in their emails in which yours truly, and let me tell you, I am touched, inspired them to go out and become capitalists. I mean, they utilize some of the methodologies that I explained on this broadcast many times to go out and make themselves something. They were actually listening during the first broadcast of True Capitalist Radio, invested in the Dow Jones Industrials, and are living lavish as we speak. So I appreciate that. But I'm telling you this right now, I am telling you how to make yourself something else other than what you believe you are right now. And the only way you can do that is through capitalism and being a capitalist and thinking like a capitalist. And every day I try to give people ideas. I try to spark people's synapses in their brains to help them figure out that everywhere they look, they have to think about capitalism. Because as I stated, folks, there's many ways to make money. I mean, of course, the stock market, the reason that I cover it so much is because there's so much things tied to it. You understand? There's so much things tied to it. There's retirements tied to it. There's companies tied to it. Of course, there's the idiots on Wall Street. Why can't you have a piece of that money? Of course you can. You just got to partake in it. You got to understand it. You got to learn about it. I mean, if you're a creative person, you can create things. You can create things and sell them. Find a market. And how do you find a market? You got to put it out there and say, hey, look at this. I got this for sale out here. And especially today, in this day and age, with social media and how we're all connected, I mean, you know how easy it is to create a product or create some kind of an item to sell out here to the world market, for Christ's sake. It's unbelievable. Moreover, innovation. Innovation. If you're somebody who has ideas, and how do you innovate? The problem with innovation today is that we've lost our creativity in innovation. A lot of people are just innovating things because, hey, that sounds like a good idea. Hey, if it sounds like a good idea to you, then it may not be a good idea to the world, okay? What you want to do as an inventor is you want to spot a need within a general market. Now, folks, you need to understand what markets are. There are macro markets and micro markets. Macro markets would consist of the United States market as a whole, or a state. Like I live in the state of Texas. That's a macro market. A micro market is when you start getting into, you could consider a municipal economy a macro market depending on how you are delivering the context of economics. But what you want to do is hit the potential micro markets, the segmented markets, the niche markets, in which those folks are looking for something. And you got to look at the numbers on how many people are in these given markets. And what I mean by that, you got to think, there's people in the comic book market that like comic books. There's people in the Jesus Christ. Look at these freaking anime My Little Pony people that listen to me, for Christ's sake. That's a market. All right. There's a soccer mom market. All right. There is a young gamer male market. I mean, you could just go on and on. I mean, there's a homemaker mother market. There is a baby boomer old age market. I mean, you just name the markets, and once you name a market, you need to find a need that has not been sufficed within that market. There's something, some products, some innovation that could be developed that could make these people's lives easier and convince them to come out the pocket, take money out, and give it to you so that you can give them your innovation. That's what you should be focused on if you are an inventor. All right? So that's why I'm telling everybody right now that if you want to make some capital, all right? If you want to make some capital, these are the kinds of things that you need to be thinking about as a capitalist. Because, and I'm going to say this one more time, one more again. I say this all the time. The people in the world that are walking around, you go to the mall, you go to any of these outdoor shopping centers. People are walking around out there with money in their pocket. And if they don't have money in their pocket, they got a nice credit card that is as good as money if you can transact that transaction. All you've got to do is convince that person to give you that money voluntarily. That's it. That's all it is. I mean, give me a freaking break. And once you approach capitalism in that simple regard, in that simplistic manner, that everybody out there walking around has got money in their pocket, all you've got to do is convince them, sell them to take out money and say, here you go. I think, here, here's my money, take it. So anyway, folks, sorry I went go off on that diatribe there. Let me get to the markets. My apologies. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and drink a beer. I think maybe that's the problem. I haven't been drinking beer as of late. Let's go ahead and get some more beer, for Christ's sake. Oh yeah, let me tell you, I got some crap that somebody brought over for Thanksgiving. And let me tell you, there was a lot of beer left over for Thanksgiving. But somebody brought over some goddamn beer that's like 8.5% or some kind of crap like that. I don't even want to say the name of it because it kind of looks generic. But I mean, 8.5%. Jesus. It sounds like syrup going in there. But apparently it's a lager. It's a lager, and I can't believe that this is 8.5% by volume. This is a serious beer here. I mean, this is basically like taking a Boilermaker, for heaven's sake. So I'm not going to chug this. I'm going to take it easy on this one. I don't want to get too intoxicated and act like a complete and utter jackass on this broadcast, all right? But anyway, let me continue going here. We've got Dow Jones, okay? Now, let me tell you, I don't know where this plus side on these markets are coming from. I have no idea. But don't fall for the trap, folks. Remember, stack your chips right now. Stack your chips, and then once the market crashes, flip your chips. It's as simple as that. Anyway, the Dow Jones Industrials is up today, 23.70 points on the day, a percentage increase of 0.12% increase on the day, closing out the Dow Jones Industrials at 19,121.60 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. I mean, are you joking? 19,121.60, folks. I mean, come on, man. What is fueling this? I'm telling you, folks. It's these idiots on Wall Street, these fund managers, these retirement fund managers, these hedge fund managers, these mutual fund managers. They're the ones that are hyping this goddamn stock market. Don't believe the hype. It's a trap. It's a trap. Anyway, let me continue going here, all right? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let me continue. Oh, people want me to say the name. I'm a little embarrassed because I've never heard of this goddamn thing, and it's called Steel Reserve. You know, I mean, I know. Steel Reserve, but man, let me tell you, I've already had a couple of these. I mean, this will knock you on your boo-boo. I mean, they only sell these in a 4-pack because I think in Texas you can't sell something over like 8% or something without it being a 4-pack or some crap like that, man. So it's some serious business, man. I mean, it's a lager, man. It's not like some dark-ass Guinness crap or, one of these syrupy-ass beers. I mean, it's a lager. I'm looking at it right now. It's dark, but it's still a lager. I mean, I could see through it. It's got kind of it's got kind of a piss yellow kind of a, anyway, I don't know what, but I've tried it before. It's not bad. You just got to watch yourself. It's like having a damn Boilermaker, all right? Anyway, let's see. What else do we have here? We got the S&P 500. It is up today, 2.94 points, a percentage increase of 0.13%, closing out the S&P at 2,204.66 points for the S&P 500. We got the NASDAQ. It is up also today. It is up 11.11 points, a percentage increase of 0.21%, closing out the NASDAQ at 5,379.92 points for the NASDAQ composite. Now, let's get to commodities, folks, and let me tell you, why do you think I sold off all my ETFs and all my holdings in oil? Even though, folks, I was telling people back in March, back in April, back when barrels of oil were about $30, $31, $32, $33 a barrel, for Christ's sake, I was telling people that, hey, look, I'm bullish on oil at least up until the summer, going into the fall is what I said, all right? Going into the fall. Well, now the fall's coming around, folks. And let me tell you, I don't know what the hell OPEC's problem is. I don't know what it is. They can't get it together, all right? And meanwhile, while they're bickering and bitching and moaning at each other, all right, while they're pissing and moaning at each other out here, I mean, they're not able to come up with a deal, and the damn oil markets are collapsing. And meanwhile, while they're pissing and moaning, America is finding their own oil deposits that are legitimately almost the same size as those in the Middle East. I mean, the one they found out here in Texas is unbelievable. I mean, it is unbelievable. I mean, an estimated, $900 billion worth. And that's an estimation. $900 billion worth of goddamn oil in that son of a bitch. I mean, good God. Anyway, people are asking me, what does it look like? You know, what does the beer look like? Jesus Christ. Here's what the beer looked like. Somebody tweeted at me the photo. Here's what it looks like, all right? And I'll take a drink of it here in a second, but goddamn, man, give me a second here. I'm trying to get through the markets, and yet people are worried about what kind of freaking beer I'm drinking, for heaven's sake. You know what I mean? Anyway, anyway, we're getting back to OPEC here. The reason that we're seeing these decreases, and there are massive decreases in the energy market, folks, is because these idiots can't come up with a deal. And what did I tell you? You know who the people that aren't being able to come up with a deal? It's Iran, it's Russia, I mean Saudi Arabia is now pissed off. And meanwhile, you've got Venezuela, I mean, starving to death. They're waiting for OPEC to come up with some kind of a deal because what these socialist central planners out there in Venezuela were anticipating, that damn barrels of oil would never go under $60 a barrel. You know, they I'm serious. I mean, they anticipated that, and because barrels of oil went down as low as $29 a barrel last year, for Christ's sake, I mean, these idiots have been starving to death, literally, and it's Maduro's fault. It's the socialist government of damn Venezuela's fault, for Christ's sake. Anyway, that's why I've sold off my holdings, man. I have no idea what the hell, you know what I mean? I have no idea what the hell that is, all right? I have no idea. What I mean, what the hell that is, I don't know what the hell goddamn OPEC is doing. I think their turbines are on too goddamn hard on their head. I don't know what's going on. But meanwhile, we are becoming energy independent out here in America, and I cannot wait. All right? I cannot wait to become energy independent once Donald Trump is now sworn in as president. Because let me tell you, I want to see cheaper electric bills. I want to see cheaper gasoline prices. I mean, that'll put more money in the consumer's pocket, baby, on top of putting them back to work. You understand that? I mean, Donald Trump understands these factors. All right, he employs people. He knows what he's doing, for Christ's sake. I can't wait. Because that's what I want to see. I want to see more money in people's pockets. And when people have money in their pockets, they want to go spend on themselves. And when they spend on themselves, by definition, because they go work and however they work and they get paid for it, even if they blow their money on themselves, drinking and clothing or whatever, they are helping by default. And that's the beautiful part about capitalism, folks. That capitalism, it is the only model of economics that allows the individual, any individual, to pursue their own individual interests while by default helping the collective. Yeah, because if they are doing a job and getting paid for it, they're helping the collective. If they're taking their pay and going out and burning it or blowing it or spending it somewhere, they're helping by default. They're providing jobs on multi-fronts. I mean, if they are blowing their money on alcohol and they go to a bar, well, they're supplying money to the bar owner, and they're supplying money to the bartender. They're supplying money to whoever manufactures the beer. They're supplying money to whoever manufactures the beer glass. They're supplying money to whoever installed the beer tap system. They're putting money into the people that install the refrigerators to refrigerate the beer. Do you understand? That's how capitalism works, man. That's how capitalism works, folks. All right? The individual pursues their own individual interests and by default helps the collective. All right? Unbelievable. Anyway, let's get to the oil index, and then that's about it. I don't want to, and the metals, and I mean, we're going through some times right now, folks, that are a little more important than going through the whole commodity sector, for Christ's sake, as far as I'm concerned. So we'll get to that here in the next few days, but man, right now, I want to get to energy. Take a look at these decreases today in energy. I mean, good God! We've got WTI sweet crude down today, $1.85. A percentage decrease of, get this, 3.93% decrease on the day. I mean, good God! Oh, my God. I mean, just imagine if you bought into the hype yesterday and bought into an ETF because these OPEC idiots, remember I said that yesterday during the show, that these OPEC idiots are just, putting out BS freaking press releases that, oh, yes, we are going to get the deal here very soon. Yeah, right. Man, if you would have bought in yesterday to some ETF, you'd be down almost 4% on your damn money today. One day to the next, down 4% on your damn money. Jesus Christ. So anyway, what do we got here? We got WTI closing out today at $45.23 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. We've got Brent crude also down today, folks, $1.80, a percentage decrease of, get this, 3.73% decrease on the day, closing out Brent crude at $46.44 per barrel of Brent crude oil. Gasoline also down today, folks, 2.52% decrease for gasoline. Natural gas, I don't know what the hell's going on. It's up modestly again today. Yesterday it was up over 4%. Today it is up 2.24% increase on the day. And heating oil, folks, is going down today. I don't know. I guess this cold front isn't as cold as anticipated because I'm not, feeling any cold weather down here in San Hambonio. I can tell you that. Anyway, heating oil is down today, 3.23% decrease on the day. Jesus Christ. Let's get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! Anyway, folks, once again, helter-skelter markets. Gold is down today, $3.80, a percentage decrease of 0.32%, closing out gold at $1,186.80 $190 even per troy ounce of gold. I mean, man, let me tell you, I'm very attracted to those prices right now. Like I said, if I was people, I would be, maybe accumulating some gold assets, whether it be some jewelry, get yourself a safe, or, if you want to, buy gold ETFs, there are plays to be made. In my personal opinion, gold is the safe haven no matter what happens in the upcoming uncertainty of what direction the American economy is going into. So gold is always a safe haven. Prior to 2009, I used to make gold about 10% of my portfolio because I never thought that we would have gloom and doom days like the 2008-2009 crash. You know what I mean? So all I'm simply stating is this, all right? Gold is a safe haven. Silver is a safe haven. And regardless of what happens, whether the Federal Reserve raises interest rates or whatever happens, gold is a safe haven. And I would advise people that at this point in time to make it at least 15+% of your portfolio just in case. All right? Now, as I stated, you don't ever want to put all your eggs in one basket. But let's just say Donald Trump does want to get rid of the Federal Reserve and go back to the gold standard. You don't think that's going to drive up the cost of gold? Let's just say we got bad earnings coming in from the fourth quarter. You don't think that the investors are going to be running for gold? Let's just say, Federal Reserve, raises the interest rates about 5 to 10 points. Now, in that instance, folks, the gold price and silver price may go down, and it may be a flash dip, but it'll go back up based on the fact that the economy is crap, and great, you've got 10% interest rates to ring in some of the fiat currency, but you have no economy going on to generate any new wealth. And because of that, we're going to have a stagnant economy, and gold and silver, once again, very, very good pillars to lean on in safety. So anyway, let me get to silver here, folks. Silver is unchanged today. It did not move one bit. It is priced today at $16.68 per troy ounce of silver. Copper is down today 2.45%. 2.45% decrease on the day for copper, and platinum is down today 0.69%. And that, my friends, is the markets for your ass. And once again, we'll get to the agriculture stuff later on in the week. We've just got too much news coming in, folks, that we got to discuss. And that's why we're cutting the market short as of late, because there's just too much news, man. If it isn't Trump and freaking recounts, international news, all kinds of stuff. So anyway, since we're already here at this part of the broadcast, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs out here. And for you folks that are unaware, all you got to do is go to my Twitter account right now at PoliticsGhost, all one word, no underscores, PoliticsGhost, and retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live. Retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live, and I will give you a shout-out live right here on the broadcast right here and now. Hey, engineer, do we got any Twitter shout-outs to be had there, engineer? All right, well, let's go ahead and get some Twitter shout-outs right now. And once again, retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live for a damn shout-out right here on the broadcast. Anyway, what's going on to Sergeant Yoda right off the bat? We got the Shrub Whisperer. We've got Twilly Atkins. We got Deport Ghost 2007. Yeah, shut up, you idiot, all right? Ain't nobody going to deport me, baby. I'm from Texas. You understand that? I'm from Texas, boy. I'm related to the Texas Martyrs. All right, so for you idiots to sit over here and make such a suggestion, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, all right? Anyway, we've got, what is this, Oku, what's going on? We got Brony Drumming, and in the Wizard, Mostly Hamless, what the hell does that mean? Castro Cosplay, shut up, you moron. We got Mark Montag in the place, what's going on? Feral Capitalist, how you doing, man? Good to see you. We got Vet of Xmas Wars. What's going on, man? We got somebody named Big Black Stallion. Jesus Christ. Columbia Wreck Lords. We've got Liberty Capitalist in the place. Exara Hawks in the house. Green Leader in the place. What's going on? Let's see. Who else do we have going on here? Once again, you want a Twitter shout-out, retweet the first tweet on board. Oh, excuse me. Retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live. And if you retweet that tweet, I'll give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast. Who else do we got here? We got AL Game Freak. We got Edgar Raines in the house. Orgy Toru. What's going on to OG Toru? We've got Cuck Lives Matter. What's going on, Cuck? We've got Green Bio in the house. I'm not saying these disgusting names. What's going on to Veteran Capitalist? How you doing, man? We got the 727 caller. We've got Remover of Kebab in the place. What's going on? We've got, I'm not saying that disgusting name, for Christ's sake. Wife gets 0% on sale. Come on, man. Come on! I mean, let me explain something to you, all right? All right, now let me explain something to you. Now, for you folks that are unaware, you know, the fans, for some reason, I don't know what the hell it's about. I mean, I've been a little uneasy about this ever since I put my wife's autograph for sale, Mrs. Ghost. But for some reason, the fans wanted it. I mean, two reasons this bothers me. I mean, the first reason, obviously, is I'm not necessarily keen on these goddamn troll terrorists and cyber vermin sicko perverts having something that my wife signed, for Christ's sake, man, all right? I'm serious. I'm not keen on that. I think that these people are sick, twisted perverts, and I think they may be doing something nefarious with the son of a bitch, all right? But secondly, folks, I was a little apprehensive that these people out here may potentially buy enough of these to make me look stupid on my show. I think that the latter I don't have to worry about anymore, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I don't think that Mrs. Ghost is going to outsell me. Thank God, because I sure as hell didn't want to put out any goddamn pony merchandise, all right? And it just goes to show you the power of the pony. It ain't crap, right? And let me tell you, for you folks that are unaware, I made a deal with folk that if by some chance my wife's autograph sold more than mine, that I was going to go ahead and make some pony merch for the My Little Pony listeners. But of course that is going to happen. And I also said that the engineer would host an entire show. But, and let me tell you, the engineer, he doesn't like that. I mean, his eyes just went bug-eyed right now. Look at the engineer. What's your problem, engineer? You don't want to host the show? I think you'll do just fine, engineer. All right, but you don't worry about it. Don't fret yourself, for Christ's sake. These people ain't going to buy it. They're not buying it. I mean, let me tell you, look. For you folks that are unaware, go to ghost.market right now on your web browser. Ghost.market. I'm looking. Well, I mean, they've almost bought 50 now. Now you people are getting me a little apprehensive here. But let me tell you, I'm confident. I mean, what am I talking about? I'm confident, man. Freaking engineer ain't going to host no show. And I ain't going to sell no goddamn pony merch. I ain't going to sell no goddamn brony-clopping pony merch, for Christ's sake, damn it.
Showing up unannounced at your ex-in-laws for the holidays? Bad idea. Giving your true love 7 live swans of swimming? Bad idea. Ignoring the expiration date on your eggnog? Bad idea. Getting a Plus membership from Sam's Club and saving more than $300? Yay! Good idea. Join today and get a free year of LifeLock identity protection, a $10 gift card just for signing up, and much more. But this won't last long, so join Sam's Club as a Plus member and start saving. See Club for details.
I don't know. I was at Jimmy 2 times there for a second. I don't know what the hell that was about. Anyway, let's continue on with the freaking Twitter shout-outs. We've got Scott C. Maga. What's going on, man? We got, I'm not saying that disgusting name. We got Canuck Capitalist in the house. What's going on? I'm gonna take a couple more of these because I can already see what y'all are doing, man. I can already see what y'all are doing, you son of a bitch. Anyway, we've got OSU Car and Knife Show, you asshole. OSU Car and Knife Show. Man, stupid, sick-ass, twisted trolls out here. You're sick, man. I'm telling you, you goddamn trolls are sick, twisted pricks. I mean, you never cease to amaze me how sick you can be, man. You understand that? You can never understand how sick you people can be. Just sick. You're sick. You're sick, man. Give me the freaking mic. Give me the You people are sick, man. Anyway, I'm taking a couple of more of these. I don't know what the hell your people's problems are, for Christ's sake. We got TC Capitalist, man. What's going on to you? How you doing? We got the Brony Network. Yeah, Brony Network. What's going on? The Brony Network's a nice guy. The Bronies, though, are pieces of garbage, man. Mrs. Ghost, best host. No, let's not go there. We've got the Neon Knight. We've got Trump and Capitalist in the house. How you doing? Recount Ghost's autograph. What are you talking about, Recount Ghost's autograph? What are you talking about? I already told you. I'm telling you, man. And let me tell you, I actually have people buy my wife's autograph like 5, 6 at a time. I mean, you people, 5 or 6, I mean, seriously, man. I should put something in there. I don't know. I should throw something. I should throw something else in there. Because why in the hell would you all do that? I don't know. Anyway, let me continue going here, folks. We've got. I'm not saying these names, man. Look at this. I know what you people are doing. You people are going to make fun of that. The poor Brazilian soccer team that all died in that plane crash, for Christ's sake. I can already see what's going on here, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not even going to let you do it. I'm not going to let you do it. And we got Epic Voice Brony. Look at this, Brazil barbecue. You see? Look at this. Look at this crap. Look at this. And we got wildfires in Tennessee. Look at this. Tennessee Fried Chicken is a freaking name, for Christ. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Grow up. And look, right below that one, Bowling for Buckeyes. Bowling for Buckeyes. Oh, I'm only going to take a couple more of these, man, because I'm telling you, you guys are getting sicker and sicker, man. What's going on to Supa? How you doing? We've got Tyson Rocket, for Christ's sake. We've got, I'm not saying that disgusting name. You people are disgusting, man. Wait, is that a real name? Plain Scores Goal. Oh, shit. Man, that's just freaking sick. That's just sick, man. Jesus Christ, man. You're sick. You're sick. Oh, my God, man. I'm just... Give me the freaking mic. Give me the mic. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, my God, man. I mean, these guys are... I don't know what to say about the depths of your freaking depravity, you troll terrorists. I just don't know what the hell to say about the depths of your depravity. I really don't. I really don't know what to say, man. And then they wonder why the internet is... I don't know, folks. I'm only going to take a couple more of these because I already know where this is headed, for Christ's sake, and I really don't like it. I really don't like it whatsoever, for Christ's sake. Boys' pants are low at Comet Pizza. You son of a... You sick... Yes! You're sick! You're sick! All of you are sick! You're sick in the head! Oh, God! Oh, my God! Oh, yeah. if I can keep doing this garbage, man. I don't know if I can keep doing this garbage, man. I mean, good God. Oh, man. Oh. Give me the mic, man. Give me the mic. I mean, folks, I'm telling you, look, the only reason I give Twitter shout-outs is it's an attempt at trying to give some interactivity to the folks that are listening into the broadcast. And every time I try to do that, this is the kind of crap I get, man. I mean, this is the kind of sick, twisted, demented crap that I get. And I don't know how to react to this anymore, man. I'm serious. I do not know how to react to this anymore. It's getting sick, man. This is getting disgustingly sick, and I can't take it. I gotta calm down, folks. I'm sorry, man. I gotta. All right, I gotta calm down here. All right. Anyway, folks, we are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I'm your host, the man they call Ghost, yada, yada, yada. I mean, you people are sick, man. I mean, how am I supposed to conjure up any kind of motivation or ambition to continue the show if this is the kind of garbage that's listening to me? I mean, seriously. How? How am I supposed to conjure up ambition or any kind of motivation to come up here if this is the kind of garbage that's listening to me? I don't know, man. I'm just I'm gonna do a couple more Twitter shout-outs, and then I'm gonna move on with the broadcast. I'm gonna try to move on with the broadcast, folks. I mean, this is a Taco Tuesday edition here. And I'm telling you, you're already tainting this Taco Tuesday, you sons of bitches. I already can tell you that right now. Anyway, we got Distilling Capitalist. What's going on, man? How you doing? Good to see you capitalizing, baby. We got the Jizzmaster 3000, for Christ's sake. We've got Gabe the 13th. We've got, I'm not saying that disgusting name, for Christ's sake, with you. Stop it. I'm warning you. I'm warning all of you. Stop it now. We've got Dorito Burrito, Dimitri Hainsworth, big top capitalist in the house. We've got the MySpace Mexican. We've got Grendel in the place. What's going on? We got Stay Off My Turf, Comfy Man in the house. How you doing? We got Baxter Chan in the place. What's going on, man? Who else do we have going on? I'm not going to say these disgusting names. We got Angry Manju. We've got Waste of Life Ghost. Oh, yeah. You come over here to San Hambonio and say that, and see if I don't give you a knuckle sandwich that you'll never be able to chew again. Anyway, we got Templeton Cosplay. Jesus Christ, man. We've got, what the hell does that say? I want Tyrone's autograph. No, we're not going there, all right? I mean, let me tell you, you internet people are really sick, you know that? You internet people, I'm serious, man, you got a lot of problems. You people on the internet have a lot of problems. You know what? I'm not doing any more of this. Get this crap out. I'm not doing any more Twitter shout-out, for Christ's sake. You understand that? You people got a lot of problems. You got a lot of freaking problems out there on the internets, man. As a matter of fact, I don't even want to freaking do this broadcast anymore because of you sick, twisted pricks that are out here trying to make me look stupid on my own show. And look, folks, for you people that are just tuning in, and let me tell you, we've been getting a lot of new listeners as of late, and I want to thank you all for tuning in with me. I mean, this is actually a very serious show. We just have troll terrorists and cyber vermin, trolling me. When it comes to Twitter shoutouts and radio graffiti, because I am on the internet. I have an internet broadcast, for Christ's sake, man. So, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Anyway, where am I at, engineer? For Christ's sake. Oh, that's right. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Donald Trump here. Because I know there's a lot of people that are probably critical about a lot of the people that he's meeting. I know there's a lot of people out here that are critical of him meeting certain folks and thinking that he could be selling out or whatever the case might be. Let me remind you folks, okay, that this system of government is that. It's a system. And in that system, you have to have people that understand the complexities and the nuances of that bureaucratic system. And moreover, you have to be able to choose people that have the influence within that system to win the respect of everybody in that bureaucracy so that they can oblige whatever policies that Mr. Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, wants to implement. You can't just throw somebody that has no experience, with all due respect, folks, with any kind of bureaucratic systems into a bureaucratic scenario. And moreover, you can't just throw somebody in a bureaucratic system that is supposed to be the head or the cabinet member of that system and be able to just garner respect out of a bunch of bureaucrats that have been in that system 30, 40, 50 years. Okay? So what Trump is doing, he is meeting with a wide range of different people in that he wants whoever he has interviewed to do his will, but at the same time have enough influence within that bureaucratic system to be able to make sure that damn will of Donald Trump goes to fruition, and that there is no cogs in these systems that are going to cause problems within the government. And you see, that's a very complicated process, folks. Very complicated process, because this is the American government we're talking about. There is a lot of bureaucrats that are in this government, for Christ's sake. All right? So I'm telling you. Now, Capitalist Army member, Inner Circle member Tom Kowinski, sorry I mispronounced your name, man. He just informed me here that Munchin, Goldman Sachs for Treasury, and Ross with Rothschild Investment for Commerce. And he just informed me that you're right. This is who actually runs the world, and I've told everybody this. I know people don't want to necessarily talk about who really runs the world. I think people need to realize that Goldman Sachs has a humongous influence on the entire world. It was Goldman Sachs, folks, that literally directs a lot of the foreign policies that you see here based upon the economics of given markets. And let me explain why Muammar Gaddafi was really taken out. Muammar Gaddafi wanted to create his own currency called the gold dinar, in which the actual currency would have actual bits of gold. All right? Actual bits of gold in the actual currency, so the actual note itself will be worth its weight in gold, And you think that the owners of the petrodollar were going to have that? Absolutely not. So he had to be eliminated, and that's exactly what happened. And no more gold dinar. And as a matter of fact, Muammar Gaddafi was so influential in this potential gold dinar potential project that he actually had Arab League OPEC members basically dedicating themselves to this project. I mean, they were willing to trade in Libyan gold dinars as opposed to American petrodollars. And that could have thrown the American economy down a rabbit hole of poverty. So he had to be eliminated. And what I find ironic is that all these supposed socialists out here that try to claim that, socialism works, it's just not applied appropriately. It's not applied the right way. You know, folks, the only system of socialism that seemed as if it was, I wouldn't say working, but it was a better idea than any other socialist system that has ever been created, it was Muammar Gaddafi's system. You understand that? It was Muammar Gaddafi's system, for heaven's sake, man. He had free health care. Everybody was housed. Everybody was clothed out there. Moreover, folks, this man also sold oil on the world market and gave the residuals to the people. So the people would all receive a check in the mail from Gaddafi whenever the states sold oil on the world market, for Christ's sake. I mean, he was a socialist, and yet what did you have? You had Hillary Rodham Clinton, you got Barack Obama, these people that are claiming to be leftist socialists that literally directed the foreign policy, at least on face value. They directed the foreign policy that toppled Muammar Gaddafi and his reign. And now it's a it's a war zone. It's a literal war zone out there. It's living hell. Anyway, folks, let me get back to my reasoning in which everybody is making a lot about potentially nothing, about Donald Trump having to nominate certain people, having to interview certain people. You have to remember, I've always stated that a revolution starts from the top down. Even though you've seen communist revolutions start from the bottom up, haven't you noticed anything from the bottom up that starts? It always comes back to totalitarianism. It always comes back to a stagnation of humanity and civilization. But when you have what we have currently, and what we have currently is a quasi-capitalist, communist, socialist system at this point in time. I mean, it's a battle. Right now what we're witnessing in America, it's a battle between capitalism, socialism, and communism. Why do you think Barack Obama, when he went down to Argentina, all right, when he went down to Argentina, why do you think that he said to those students out there, well, you know, all these people out here that are saying this, communism, this, socialism, that, what you need to do is just take what's good out of each and every one of them and combine them together. I mean, he actually said this to these kids in Argentina, for Christ's sake. And you know what, folks? That doesn't work. You cannot put all them together because the only recipe for putting all the, quote, good parts of communism, socialism, and capitalism together is globalism. And globalism, folks, is what we are seeing transpired right before our very eyes that the mainstream media is trying to say is an absolute conspiracy when it's happening right before us with the EU, with the UN, with the International Monetary Fund, with the World Bank, with all these international bureaucratic institutions, folks, with these trade deals, TPP, NAFTA, so on and so forth, all right? And you have to understand, folks, what Trump is trying to do is he's trying to reestablish a political philosophy within the elites. And look, there are a lot of rogue elites, folks, believe it or not. Not everybody falls in line with what's going on at this current moment. All right, but, you know, they have to be secure in the fact that whoever causes a revolution or a coup is going to be successful in that coup. And at this point in time, there's a lot of people that are literally understanding that Donald Trump has been successful, and they are genuinely offering their particular services to this revolution. And in that, this revolution is going to redefine how the system of America is going to conduct itself. And we, for one, have refused to be, I don't know, I guess put down to size by the international community. We believe in American exceptionalism. If it wasn't for America, this whole goddamn world, we'd be still living in monarch feudalism. All right, if it wasn't for America, we wouldn't see the kinds of developments in technology that we have seen up to this point. All right? I mean, I'm not joking around. We wouldn't have seen the Industrial Revolution. There's a lot of things America has done that has literally innovated the world. And now you've got these globalists trying to utilize globalism, trying to strip down America to the point where they're trying to put us into the same playing field as everybody else in the world. And the reason is because they want to take control of each and every one of us on this globe. And that's not what it's about. I refuse to sit here and bow down to globalism. Now, folks, you heard Donald Trump in his speeches. Americanism, not globalism, will be our credo. So I'm taking the man for his word, regardless of who he has in his cabinet. What I'm saying is that this man is a businessman. He knows people. He knows how to make deals. All right, he knows how to compromise to make sure that he gets what he wants, and not only gets what he wants, to make himself look good in the same token, all right? I mean, this is not one of these people. Donald Trump is not an Obama, where he'll sit here and promise you this and promise you that and sit here and say yes, we can, and hope and change and all this crap, and then literally lie. Literally lie, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, I have never seen an unadulterated liar that could say it with a straight face and not really give two rat's asses like Barack Obama. I mean, seriously, man. I mean, this guy is a psychopathic liar. I mean, he literally didn't do a goddamn thing that he said he was going to do. And he literally threw black people back politically, socially, and economically a good 70 years. All right, I mean, he's brought in a bunch of wild Jehudis into the country that are now, what did I tell you, folks? What did I tell you was going to happen with these wild Jehudis coming in here? They're going to start committing terrorist acts. They're going to start taking over neighborhoods. They're going to want to start taking communities over and implementing their Sharia law. Why did I know this was going to happen? Because it's being done right now. It's been done in freaking Europe. The European Union has done this to their own people. So anyway, as I stated, everybody's a little apprehensive about Donald Trump. Everybody thought that when Donald Trump took power, he was just going to go and just throw in a bunch of rogue people into the cabinet. You can't do that, because the people that are within the bureaucracy in which he nominates certain folks, they're not going to respect their boss. And if they don't respect their boss, then the people in the bureaucracy are going to do whatever it takes to make sure the bureaucracy doesn't work. Because that's one thing bureaucrats are good at doing. They're good at making it seem as if, well, I don't know, we're trying everything and it just doesn't seem to work. We may need more funding. We may need more people. We may need more perks. We may need to go to Hawaii and have ourselves a meeting and literally talk about this stuff. So that's why I'm saying, man, all right? I trust Trump. And let me tell you, come January 20th, and 2017, if he doesn't come through with the things that he did and he said, then I will be the first one out here criticizing Donald Trump. But and let me tell you, I'm not going to tell you how deep I am with the campaign or now the Trump administration, but I can assure you that Donald Trump understands what's going on here. He understands what's at stake. He understands that he is living history. I mean, he understands that even if he just does half of what he said he's going to do, he is going to change the country, and he is going to make America great again. We are going to produce again. We're going to have jobs again. We're not going to have any more entitlements. We're going to have cut bureaucrats. We're going to cut the fat. I mean, it's going to be great, man. It's going to be great. So I trust Donald Trump. I trust him. And look, people are saying, never Romney, never Romney, never Romney. Look, I hate Mitt Romney, okay? I don't like Mitt Romney one bit, okay? But how do you know what him and Donald Trump are talking about? I mean, do you remember when Donald Trump said in a debate, when asked, that Mitt Romney came out and called him a con man and this and that Donald Trump said, "Are you kidding me? I mean, this guy was begging for my endorsement, for Christ's sake. I mean, if I would have told him, Mitt, drop to your knees, he would have dropped to his knees." Do you remember that? Do you remember that? And he's absolutely right. I mean, just look at Mitt Romney now groveling, all right? Groveling, for Christ's sake. Now, why would he want Romney as Secretary of State, folks? Well, aside from Mitt Romney aside from his politics and him being establishment, because look, I'm going to be honest with you, Romney was never a part of the Republican establishment. He tried and tried and tried to be a part of it. He was never a part of it, for Christ's sake. He never was. I mean, literally, he tried to run in 2008 and couldn't get the nomination from a dumbass, idiot, liberal John McCain. Ran in 2012, and literally, in my personal opinion, I didn't think that half the Republican Party respected the son of a bitch. But now that Donald Trump came about, he thought that he could potentially get the freaking establishment to finally say, you know what, Romney, go ahead and run, man. Go ahead and run against him. And nobody asked him to do so. All right? Nobody asked him to do so. So instead what he did was he came out and he bashed Donald Trump, hoping that whoever was going to beat Donald Trump in the primary would give Mitt Romney some cabinet position or a vice presidential candidacy. And that didn't happen. All right? I'm serious. I'm not joking around. So now, what is Romney to do now at this point in time? I mean, you have to take a look. Romney invested a lot of his own money in his own campaigns, both in 2008 and 2012. Now, what did Romney do prior to coming into politics? This man was freaking Gordon Gekko. Do you understand me? This guy was you're talking about a psychopathic businessman. Why do you think this guy's so devout Mormon? Because he's trying to justify all the just unscrupulous ways that he made hundreds of millions of dollars. This is the man that coined the phrase creative destruction in relations to getting millions of dollars out of filing bankruptcy and destroying a company. I mean, if you take a look at a lot of his companies, I mean, he would get in them and literally just strip the hell out of them of all their assets, put it in his company Bain Capital's pocket, for Christ's sake, which in turn will go into his pocket, and literally left freaking people out of work. I mean, left people without jobs, for Christ's sake. I mean, this guy was a shrewd businessman, to say the least. Now, why in the hell would Donald Trump put a Mitt Romney in as Secretary of State? Because first and foremost, he's got Romney by the balls at this point in time because, you know, he's sold out to the Republican establishment. Now Romney's coming up to him and saying, okay, Mr. Trump, I'll meet you wherever you want me to meet you. You want me to have a second meeting with you, sir? I will do that. And let me tell you, I've got it from good faith that if Mitt Romney is nominated for anything, because I don't think it's just Secretary of State that he's after, I think that there's going to be a couple of positions that he could potentially be nominated to. But if he does, there's going to be a apology from hell. I'm telling you this, a groveling apology from Mitt Romney about anything that he said about Donald Trump. Now, why do I think that Mitt Romney wouldn't be a bad Secretary of State? Because I want him to negotiate the kind of deals. All right? And look, this is what Donald Trump needs to do. You got to send their Secretary of State out there to renegotiate a lot of these trade deals out here. All right? I mean, if he sends Mitt Romney all across the world, and has a delegation, you put Carl Icahn next to Mitt Romney, for Christ's sake, they're going to renegotiate the hell out of these deals, and that's who I want negotiating. You understand that? That's who I want negotiating. I want some freaking businessmen, capitalists, who can outsmart the freaking Chinese, who can outsmart the Mexican government, who can outsmart everybody who has literally outsmarted us for too goddamn long. And let me tell you, I honestly believe at this point in time that Mitt Romney understands that he's been hoodwinked, he's done goofed as it pertains to him thinking that he was anything part of the Republican establishment. Anything a part of the Republican establishment. So as I stated, folks, I trust Donald Trump. I don't think that anybody that he appoints, I don't think that he's half-assing it. And I think that, moreover, Mitt Romney, I think he's a badass businessman. I'm going to be honest with you, man. He's a Gordon Gekko character. I mean, this is a guy that took KB Stores, all right, the KB toy store, and literally bankrupted to hell and made sure that he had at least $100 million to put in his bank account. You know what I'm saying? So at this point in time, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not against the whole Romney thing. Do I like the son of a bitch? Not necessarily.
When you don't go to geico.com, car insurance can be confusing. Like Swedish techno confusing.
Bark, bark, meow, meow. Dance with me, purple cow. Bark, bark, meow, meow. Ooh, you lovely cow.
Geico makes it easy. With 24/7 access, all you have to do is go to geico.com and you could save money on car insurance. It just makes sense. Unlike, you know.
Dance with me, purple cow. I like your moves.
All right, but hey, I believe Donald Trump knows what he's doing. And we need somebody out there that is an unscrupulous bastard. And look, what better guy to go out there than Mitt Romney? You know, Mitt Romney puts on that front that, hey, I'm this nice Mormon guy, you know? I'm this nice Mormon guy, and look at me, and I'm harmless, and, you know, all that crap. Meanwhile, he's freaking Gordon Gekko, man. I mean, he has no problem putting thousands of people out of work just so he can put money in his pocket. I want somebody like that working for America. You know what I mean? That's what I want. So anyway, folks, I mean, calm down. Everybody just calm their asses down as it pertains to Donald Trump choosing his cabinet, all right? The man is not stupid. The man has single-handedly made, was it $10.5 billion? I mean, come on, man. I mean, even if you were given $100 million or $200 million, I mean, you know how hard it is to make $10.5 billion? It's not easy. It's not freaking easy, all right? I mean, because let me tell you, once you get to $1 billion or $2 billion, you're going to attract a lot of people like governments. That's why Donald Trump has said he's always audited every year, because governments are going to be like, hey, wait a minute. You weren't a part of the club. How the hell did you make all this money? Let me bean count through this son of a bitch and see if we can't find something so we can find your ass. He's got municipalities probably crawling up his ass. I mean, you know, all kinds of people. So it's not easy, folks, all right? So I trust this man. If he does not come through when he becomes president on any of the things that he said he was going to do, well, then I'll be the first one out here criticizing Donald Trump and either initiating that he better come through on his promises, or better yet, trying to – look, I'm not even going to think about it. I don't even want to think of that as a possibility, because I don't think it's going to happen. I think Donald Trump is going to do what he said he was going to do on the campaign trail. I think he's going to do it. And, you know, as far as like this recount and, you know, all this hoopla and Hillary Clinton saying that, oh, well, I want to recount now and all this crap, these people are just trying to save themselves from going to jail. This is their last-ditch effort from saving themselves from going to jail, because they know Jeff Sessions is going to pursue charges on Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, or the foundation, or I mean, there's a plethora of different avenues Sessions can go down as it relates to the prosecution of these people. And moreover, you have the Trump administration open to the idea that they are going to push when the administration sends out the Secretary of State to negotiate with countries. That's why I'm not crying about Mitt Romney potentially being one. He's going to negotiate that they disclose all the money that they gave or Clintons gave them via the Clinton Foundation. So that's going to be a bargaining chip as it pertains to diplomacy in the Donald Trump administration. So I'm telling you this right now. This is why Hillary Clinton is doing this. This is why Jill Stein has been co-opted to pretend that she gives two rats' asses about the election. That's why she was given miraculously $7 million out of nowhere. You know, folks, she ran for president. I mean, this fundraiser for this damn recount, she has generated 12 times the amount of money she generated than she did running for president. So that should tell you everything right there. They're doing this because this is a last-ditch effort to prevent them from going to jail. I mean, why do you think that they're even trying to initiate civil unrest? Why do you think that we have police officers being shot all over the place? What did I tell you was going to happen? The wild Yehudis that they brought in here are now being activated to go a la snack bar, for Christ's sake. I'm telling you, I told you this was going to happen, for Christ's sake. So that's why I'm saying you folks need to realize that Donald Trump, he's got a lot on his plate. And he has to have competent members within his cabinet that may have worked for unscrupulous individuals, unscrupulous organizations. But if Donald Trump, and he's interviewed a lot of people, he knows how to talk to people. He's interviewed executives. He's interviewed people within his organization. If he sees that the individual that he chose, regardless of their background, if he is going to do, or she is going to do Donald Trump's will and has enough clout within the bureaucratic system that they're going to be nominated for, then by God, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. And moreover, folks, did you hear about this tweet that Donald Trump posted? I think I retweeted it, and I said, damn right. Let me go ahead and go back on the Twitter account. Hey, can you put up the Twitter of Donald Trump engineer that he said about the flag today? Anyway, Donald Trump made a tweet today about flag burning. And he said, and I quote, "Nobody should be allowed to burn the American flag. If they do, there must be consequences, perhaps loss of citizenship or a year in jail." And you know, folks, I have to completely agree with this one, all right? I mean, I'm serious. I'm serious, man. Go try to burn a Mexican flag in Mexico, okay? Go try to burn a Chinese flag in China. Go try to burn any flag. As a matter of fact, better yet, I challenge you liberals this. Since y'all are going to be, and you know, I find it funny, you liberals are quoting the Constitution when it pertains to flag burning, yet you want to throw out the federal government's authority as it pertains to sanctuary cities, which we're going to talk about here in a second. That's what I'm saying. You dumb idiot liberals can't have it both ways, for Christ's sake, man. You can't have it both ways. So that's why I'm saying, I just, it amazes me these liberals are now all of a sudden becoming constitutional scholars as it pertains to this flag burning situation. No, it's protected by the First Amendment. It's protected. No, it's not, you stupid morons. And we've talked about what the First Amendment was all about, and I don't want to get into a whole lecture about it, all right? But the only people that truly have free speech are those that have freely assembled. You understand that? Now, that's why when you got the Ku Klux Klan or, some of these nefarious organizations that are able to march and say all this hate-filled crap, it's because they have applied to the municipality in question and, of course, paid the tax of the assembly tax, whatever the hell that is. You know what I'm talking about, some permit that you can assemble and have an assembly and so on and so forth. Well, they applied for that, and they are, as defined by that municipality, an assembly, so they have the freedom of speech. So that's why you got Ku Klux Klan idiots that are able to march down downtown streets and say the N-word and white power, all this crap. They're able to do that because under the First Amendment, the only way that you have an actual freedom of speech is if you are assembled. And only then can the government not intervene in your freedom of speech, folks. And you see, what's encapsulated also in that First Amendment is the freedom of the press. The freedom of the press. So once again, I don't want to get into constitutional law, but I think that people need to realize what the hell is going on. And whenever you quote the First Amendment, when you're like, I got freedom of speech. I got freedom of speech. No, you don't, you idiot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't have freedom of speech. You know what you have? You got the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's what you have. You understand me? I mean, Jesus Christ. I'm not joking around. Anyway, folks, I didn't mean to get off on this tirade about the First Amendment, but as far as I'm concerned, I completely agree with Donald Trump as this situation is concerned. I think that we need to, revoke citizenships, put people in some kind of punishment. All right, some kind of goddamn punishment, for heaven's sake, man. Because I mean, how can these people live in this country? all right, and literally take advantage of every single goddamn, every single benefit of this particular nation. And yet they want to sit here and they want to say, no, I want to burn the flag, and no, I want to do, oh my God, man. I'm sorry, folks. I just can't believe it. I'm sorry. All right? I'm sorry. Anyway, folks, I'm just, I think people need to, realize what the First Amendment is. You understand that? I think that you need to realize what the First Amendment really is, and it doesn't pertain to you. It pertains to the freedom to assemble. And when you have the freedom to assemble, then you can have free speech. Then you can have freedom of religion, which is also in the First Amendment. That's why, folks, the Democratic Party is untouchable at this point in time, because the party, either the Republican or Democratic Party, their rules supersede the federal law, state law. Because, folks, they're an assembly, and because they're protected by the First Amendment and they have assembled, they cannot be superseded by federal and state law. Look, I actually discussed this in very explicit detail in episode 320. It's actually the show, all right, the show that is the premiere show on blogtalkradio.com/ghost, all right? But at this point in time, folks, you need to realize what these amendments mean and how they're interpreted. Anyway, let me move on, folks. I just think I agree with Donald Trump. If you don't like this country, you want to burn the flag, then get the hell out of here. You can't burn any flag anywhere else. You understand that? You can't burn any flag anywhere else. Hey, I tell you what, I challenge you, leftists. Why don't you burn a gay flag and see where that gets you, huh? I will be taken to jail for a hate crime, huh, boy? You see what I'm talking about, folks? You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. You see, I've got leftists tweeting at me, what about this? What about the case between Johnson versus Texas? What about that? Oh, yeah? Why don't you go right now and burn a goddamn homosexual LGBT flag right now and see if your ass doesn't get investigated, if not taken down, for a hate crime? How come we, as American people, cannot burn an LGBT flag without potentially being implicated in a hate crime, but any of these dumbass, leftist, liberal, communist, self-hating pieces of crap can burn an American flag and it's protected by the First Amendment? It doesn't make sense. So that's why I'm saying, if I can't burn an LGBT flag because I'll be put in jail for a hate crime, I don't understand why we can't do the same goddamn thing. The same goddamn thing when it comes to the American flag. And that's all there is to it. I challenge you, all right, you leftists that are out here, no, burning the flag is protected by the First Amendment. Oh, yeah? Well, why don't you go out and burn an LGBT flag and see what happens to you, all right? Put it on YouTube, all right? Better yet, why don't you go and, do that in front of a gay club and see what... I'm not joking around. I'm serious. You people think that, oh, well, no, you can burn the flag and it's just... I'm just saying, burn the damn LGBT flag and see what happens, all right? Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks, let me move on here, all right? Because I'm just sick of these leftists, man. Anyway, I'm glad I live in Texas, folks, because Texas Governor Abbott, folks, and let me tell you, I think that he must have listened to my show yesterday, because he came out today and said, look, I have plans to create a law banning sanctuary cities in Texas. All right, that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. We're banning sanctuary cities in Texas. God bless Texas, baby. God bless Texas. That's what I'm saying, baby. That's what I'm saying. You know, we don't need sanctuary cities. I mean, it goes back to what these liberals are trying to claim now. Now, these liberal sanctuary cities are saying that they're going to defy federal law when Donald Trump enacts anti-immigration laws. Okay? They're going to defy the federal law, and as I stated yesterday, they're walking down a slippery slope. Because if they are going to ignore federal law and claims that municipal and state law supersedes federal law, well, then that puts in jeopardy the Civil Rights Act. That puts in jeopardy the hate crimes bill. That puts in jeopardy the affirmative action bill. Because these are federal laws imposed by the federal government on the state and municipal governments. But if you liberals are now saying that you're not going to oblige federal law, well, then you're going down a slippery slope, folks, that you liberals don't even know what the hell you're talking about. As a matter of fact, as I stated, you people are idiots. I mean, I can't believe that you don't even know that you're putting yourself in your own political paradigm in which you are going to be the loser. You're going to be the loser. I mean, you dumb liberals, back in the day when y'all were good-spirited and actually real liberals out here, you utilized the federal government to enact the Civil Rights Act so that the federal government could supersede state and municipal laws that could be deemed racist. Now, you want to ignore, all right? You want to ignore federal law so that you can have sanctuary cities? I mean, it just doesn't even make any sense, man. It doesn't even make any sense. Anyway, I want to say thank you very much to Greg Abbott. I mean, this is one of the best governors Texas has ever had, for Christ's sake. And look, I was pretty happy with Rick Perry, but this man that is Greg Abbott, I salute you, sir. Let me tell you something right now. This man has done more for Texas as far as giving us our rights back than anyone else that has ran for governor of this state. Once again, folks, the Texas governor, Greg Abbott, is going to create a law banning sanctuary cities. He has already cut funding, state funding to sanctuary cities, but Obama keeps pumping more and more federal funding into these sanctuary cities. So even though you got Governor Abbott preventing state funds from going to sanctuary cities, Obama keeps funding these sons of bitches with our tax dollars. And Greg Abbott, he's had a hard time trying to prevent these goddamn Yehudis and these immigrants from coming into this son of a bitch and preventing sanctuary cities because Obama keeps paying for them. Well, now, and I said this yesterday, and it bears repeating because Greg Abbott came out today and he said he's going to make a law against some sanctuary cities in the state of Texas. What this does, folks, is that if these liberal cities defy the federal government is going to cut their federal funding to their city. Now, what does that mean? That means that federal government grants and federal government funding that is used for, certain nonprofit organizations, certain government organizations, or entitlements, welfare, food cards, housing vouchers. I can go on and on. You are not going to be paid for this. And listen to me. I don't like welfare recipient pieces of trash. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think that you're useless human beings, and it's like my grandma always said. Well, my grandma didn't say that. It was my mom who said that. Say, you don't want to feed the stray animals, son, because they breed. And let me tell you, that's what we're doing right now. But I'm going to be honest with you, all right? You guys are Americans. Even though y'all are just disgusting piles of human protoplasm, shoveling food down your gullet like a garbage disposal, not doing any kind of contribution for society except turning perfectly good food into shit, you are still Americans. You are still Americans, and you need to realize that these liberals, these Democrats are going to put your welfare check, your food card, and all your federal entitlements in jeopardy if they defy this federal law for a bunch of illegal immigrants. Now, I want you entitlement recipients to listen to me clearly. This means that the government, or I should say the Democrats, because these are the ones that are pushing for this sanctuary city nonsense. These people are saying that these illegal immigrants are worth more than you. And I told you, you can look back at my archive, when I told all you entitlement recipients this crap, that at some point in time, the government is no longer going to need you, and they're going to get rid of you in some capacity. And I think that's exactly what they're doing now. They no longer need you. So if I were you, if you're an entitlement recipient piece of trash, and you think that you're going to continue to get your check every month, and you live in a sanctuary city, I think that your days of getting checks from the freaking federal government are numbered. And you people need to realize that. All right? You people need to realize that. And don't blame Trump. Don't blame anybody. You need to blame the goddamn Democrats that are saying that illegal immigrants are worth more than you. They're worth more than you because they are protecting them over you. And you got to think about this. Even though you're a fat, useless piece of turning food into shit piece of tub-of-lard trash, you're still American. You're an American citizen. You were born here. And these Democrats are saying, no, it doesn't matter if you were born here. These people are more important than you. These people are more important than you. Don't you get that, you entitlement recipient welfare piece of crap? Don't you get that now? These Democrats, these liberals are saying immigrants are more important than you now. I told you this was going to happen. I told you that nothing in life is going to be for free, and if it is, it'll come to an end when you least expect it. So good God, I hope you entitlement recipients listen to this crap. And folks, if it isn't entitlement recipients, it's people that are menial laborers. They want to sit over here and fight for 15. Have you heard about that today? Huh? It was trending all over Twitter. You had protests all over the country. Fight for 15. Fight for 15. They're talking about fighting for $15 an hour. $15 an hour to push buttons on a cash register. $15 an hour to bag groceries, for heaven's sake. And you see, what's so ridiculous about the simplicity of these morons is they don't realize that if they are forced to pay more money for labor, they're not going to hire human beings anymore. I mean, why do you think that we have this? In my personal opinion, I think it is an automation boom. We are witnessing an automation boom because of these stupid, simplistic idiots not shutting their mouths and just getting back to work. And moreover, folks, don't you people realize that a minimum wage job is supposed to be like a starting point in life? I mean, if you aren't able to get anything better than a freaking minimum wage job after about 2 years, I wouldn't even say 2 years, a year and a half, maybe a year of working, then there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you, and you need to figure it out. I mean, if you can't get past $8.50, $9 an hour after about 2 or 3 years in the workforce, there's something wrong with you, folks. All right, there's nothing wrong with anybody else. It's you. It's either you're a fledgling worker, you don't have the best work ethic, you're always late, you're unreliable, you're stupid, you're ignorant, you're a troublemaker, you're a drug addict. There's something wrong with you. Fight for $15 an hour. You people are idiots, man. I'm telling you, they've got roboticized pizza places now. Did y'all hear about that? Roboticized pizza place out there in San Jose. You got McDonald's talking about, having a roboticized McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is is that what minimum wage does, the whole idea of minimum wage to begin with, it robs the opportunity of folks that would not otherwise have any other opportunity from working. Now, what do I mean? What do I mean by that? Listen to this for a second, okay? If we didn't have any minimum wage, then the market itself would basically dictate how much people get paid. And how does that work? Well, people negotiate with whoever they're trying to get a job from, and if the people that are working say, yeah, I'll work for that, well, then they're going to get paid for that. And you see, folks, what not having a minimum wage does, it allows people that have been born in white trailer parks, people that are born in black ghettos and Mexican barrios and impoverished situations, it gives them the opportunity to get a job at a low wage pay, but at the same time it'll give them experience and technical experience and work experience and machinery experience that would otherwise not be given to them just sitting there collecting a government entitlement in the ghetto, or going out there and trying to get labor in a minimum wage government regulated market. And I'm serious, folks. I mean, you ask a lot of the old black folks this. Ask all the old black folks. Ask all the old black folks and say, hey, look, did you go to work? And if you went to work, how much did you get paid? And a lot of these old black folks are going to say, oh, man, I worked in a grocery store. I only made, 10 cents an hour, or something ridiculous of that nature. And yet a lot of these elderly black folk, they're fairly well off. I mean, they're not in precarious situations. There's a lot of homeowners that are black over the age of 50. There's a lot of car owners that are black over the age of 50, business owners, so on and so forth. Now, it is the black young that are having a horrible time in the job market. As a matter of fact, it is the biggest demographic unemployed right now is young black men. And the reason is, folks, is because of the minimum wage. A lot of these black men, folks, I mean, they fall peril to the public education system. And the reason a lot of the education systems in black neighborhoods, or I should say black ghettos. I shouldn't say black neighborhoods because there's affluent black neighborhoods. But black ghettos, the reason is because the property taxes generate the revenues for schools. And a lot of the times, the individuals that reside in these black ghettos, there's not a lot of property taxes going on out there. There's not a lot of property taxes accumulated within the radiuses of black ghettos, Mexican barrios, white trailer parks. And as a result, their education, their schools aren't funded to capacity to have the appropriate teachers, the technology, the educational equipment necessary to facilitate learning to these individuals. So what are they supposed to do? What are they supposed to do if they have no opportunity, for Christ's sake? Well, they go out and they drug deal, all right? They go out and they commit crime. They do armed robberies. They do things of that capacity. So that's why I'm saying, folks, because they have no opportunity to get out of the ghetto outside of drug dealing or the criminal mind that is pretty much brewed in an environment of this capacity, they have to resort to the things that they resort. Now, if we didn't have a minimum wage, what they could do is go up to a business within their community and say, hey, look, I need some money. You need some work. I mean, I can help you do anything you want. I'm cheap. I'll do whatever you want. Just let's make a deal. And let me tell you, that business owner, any business owner could use extra hands. Any business owner could use extra help. But man, I mean, when you're giving a, first of all, government-regulated minimum wage, and now you've got jerk-offs that now think that they're owed $15 an hour for doing jack crap, I mean, that puts a heavy burden on the business owner to employ people at this point in time. So that's why I'm saying, folks, we are prohibiting black Mexican, and white trailer trash from actually conducting themselves in the market of employment and moving themselves up. Because let me tell you what we're doing now. What we're doing now is we're forcing children to go to college. And then once they get out of college, a lot of these people have to get internships before or a little after they got out of college. Now, what is an internship? It means that you're giving up your labor for free. And you've got to have an internship for several months so that you can, quote, gain experience. I mean, so what's worse, folks, okay? Going and putting yourselves $50,000, $60,000 into college debt, and then the first thing that you have to do is work for free just so that you can get the experience necessary so that you can put it down on a goddamn resume so that you can potentially get a goddamn paying job, or just not having any minimum wage and allowing anybody, all right, to just go up to any business owner and asking them for a job for whatever negotiated wage the worker is willing to work. Whatever negotiated wage the worker is willing to work. And a lot of the times, folks, it's not about money with the worker. Sometimes the worker just wants the experience so that they can move up in a given industry. They can move up in a given market. So that's why I'm saying, folks, the minimum wage law is the most racist law that probably has ever been enacted. And all it does protect, folks, it just protects the unskilled labor of those that are not minority groups, for a lack of a better term. All right? And these are liberal laws, but they're racist laws, folks. I'm telling you this right now. I mean, unionism. All right? Unionism is a racist law. I mean, take a look at who built Compton. Why do you think Compton in South Central LA is filled with black folks? What, did they just happen to be there? And not to mention, not only are they in South Central and Compton and they're supposed bad neighborhoods, but if you take a look at all these movies that have been placed or have been plotted out there, these are all houses that these gangsters are living in. All right? These are all houses that they're living in. Why are they living in homes? Because, folks, the black man, the black woman, they built California. They were the laborers and the bricklayers and the construction workers and so on and so forth, folks. They were the ones that built California. I mean, look it up for yourself. I mean, during the 1920s to about the 1940s, the African American or the black person in California was fairly affluent. It wasn't until the white workers came in and decided to utilize unionization, which is, of course, a leftist communist ideology, right? They utilized unionization to basically subjugate black labor. And with unions, what they do is they come together in groups and force companies and force governments to make laws that you must hire somebody from a union. You must hire this person if they serve in a union, or you must hire somebody from a union if they work in this industry, so on and so forth. And that's what happened to the black man and the black woman in California. That's why they are now in the subjugated areas that we all know is, stereotypically black. Compton, South Central, Long Beach. I mean, these folks that resided in these homes, these black folks, were middle and upper middle class back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, folks. All right, until unionization came in and white folks were like, hey, we're not going to let, black people lower the price of my labor out here. That's my labor. That's my labor. So what we're going to do, we're going to unionize, and we're going to tell the government to put a law that no one in this industry can hire anybody unless they're union. And as a result, folks, put the black man out of work. So all you African Americans or black folks, however you want to refer to yourselves, I think African American is a condescending liberal term, but you black folks need to realize what really subjugated you folks. And it wasn't anybody that was Republican. On the contrary, you need to realize that it was the Republican Party that helped increase the idea of the abolitionist movement and ended slavery. I mean, lest we forget it was the Democratic Party that created the Ku Klux Klan. All right? I mean, these leftist liberal laws that are supposed to help people, by design, they're put there to hurt people so that you can continue to be subjugated by the government, so you can continue to collect entitlements, so on and so forth.
Showing up unannounced at your ex-in-laws for the holidays? Bad idea. Giving your true love 7 live swans a swimming? Bad idea. Ignoring the expiration date on your eggnog? Bad idea. Getting a Plus membership from Sam's Club and saving more than $300? Yay! Good idea. Join today and get a free year of LifeLock identity protection, a $10 gift card just for signing up, and much more. But this won't last long, so join Sam's Club as a Plus member and start saving. See Club for details.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm going to move on to some more subjects, folks, because I want to get to Radio Graffiti. A lot of international news to cover today. I couldn't even cover it all today, man. There's just too much to talk about. Now that Angela Merkel, is going to run for her 4th term out there in Germany, all of a sudden we've got German, Secret Service, the equivalent of the FBI, whatever. The federal authorities, let's put it that way, of Germany are now saying that, quote, Russian hackers may affect the German election now. I'm getting tired of this Russian hacker narrative. Now, look, I know there's some Russian hackers out there. I'm not, negating that. But, man, this whole globalism, these globalists, Merkel, Obama, Hillary Clinton, they are putting this freaking Russian hacker narrative to make believe that these dumb mouth-breathing, vodka-drinking, wide-eyed freaking Ruskies are somehow some super hackers or something. It's utterly ridiculous. So you folks in Germany, you better watch out with this whole Russian hacker narrative. They're already laying the foundation for potential fraud so that Angela Merkel can win the election once again for a 4th term, for heaven's sake. Give me a break. There'd be nobody. All right, there'd be nobody that would be wanting to vote for this disgusting, despicable Angela Merkel except the kebab she let in and destroyed Germany, for Christ's sake, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm just sick, man. I can't believe that the freaking globalists now, all right, are going to use this damn Russian hacker narrative. Man, listen, I can't believe people are believing this, first and foremost, man. A bunch of mouth-breathing, freaking vodka-drinking Ruskies are hacking the world out here. Get the hell out of here. Anyway, folks, we are now in the 3rd and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Once again, folks, if you haven't already done so, please follow me on Twitter. All right, the Twitter name to follow is Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. That's Politics Ghost is the name to follow. All right, and you haven't already done so as well, folks, the official website of the True Capitalist Radio Show is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Every one of my episodes there is time dated and stamped. I have been doing this broadcast since 2008, and I have made prognostication after prognostication after prognostication after prognostication. And it's all there. It's all time dated and stamped, folks. I'm telling you this right now. One of these days, I wouldn't be surprised if there are college classes based upon this damn broadcast and all the prognostications yours truly has conducted. And listen to me, I'm not trying to be a narcissistic asshole. I'm actually being dead serious, all right? Now, we were talking about how Germany is claiming that Russian hackers may affect the election, which is a bunch of crap. Freaking Russia all of a sudden is a freaking supreme hacksaws of the world. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But since I was talking about prognostications here about a couple of seconds ago, I want to talk about a prognostication I made 2 days after the fake coup was run on the country of Turkey by its own leader, Erdogan. I predicted, folks, that what we are witnessing here is a consolidation of power by Erdogan. Erdogan staged this coup on himself so that he could bring out any opposition and expose them, jail them, kill them, whatever the case might be. And I stated, and look, this is in the archive, I actually prognosticated this 2 days after the coup. The coup happened on a Friday. I had a spontaneous Sunday edition, and as a result, folks, all right, as a result, I said on that Sunday show that Erdogan is doing this to expand his own conquest endeavors. And I concluded in that particular broadcast that Erdogan is trying to reestablish the Ottoman Empire. And people thought I was nuts. People thought I was an idiot. And I said, watch, mark my words, and you can go back to that freaking archive and you can listen to that show, folks. I said, mark my words, Erdogan is going to start moving his forces into southern Turkey, which in turn goes into northern Iraq, which he is now in, and into Syria, in which he is now in, folks. All right? Now that Turkey has been in Syria for a while, Erdogan has now finally come out and stated Turkey's purpose in being in Syria. Erdogan said that Turkey's forces are in Syria to end Bashar al-Assad's rule. Wow. Now, that completely contradicts what Russia is doing for Bashar al-Assad. As a matter of fact, if it hadn't have been for Vladimir Putin, Bashar al-Assad would have been strung out to die years ago. All right? I mean, Russia is the only thing keeping Bashar al-Assad alive, and in my personal opinion, I was against Bashar al-Assad, okay? I still think he's a disgusting, despicable tyrant. He's bloodthirsty. He could care less about his own people, but let me be honest with you. I mean, maybe that's what the Middle East needs. I'm going to be honest with you, all right, man? I felt compassion towards the Syrian incursion by Assad on his own people. Y'all remember, I was on the broadcast feeling compassion towards the people that were getting massacred by Bashar al-Assad. I was getting upset. I was like, why isn't the world community doing a damn thing? Why aren't they trying to sanction this guy? Why aren't they trying to stop this guy? No. You know what they did? They went into Egypt. They went into Libya. All right? They went into Iraq. All right? Or they got out of Iraq, to be honest with you. They never really left, but you know what I'm saying. They pulled more troops into Afghanistan. They're drone striking in Pakistan and Somalia, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, and then after all these deployments of theater of combat, that's when the line in the sand, remember Barack Obama was like, we're going to bomb Bashar al-Assad, we're going to have the line in the sand, you're either with us or against us, and he didn't do a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? So in my personal opinion, folks, it's either, and Mark Montag just tweeted at me and stated this correctly, it's either Assad or ISIS now. And to be honest with you, man, I think that we made a mistake as the United States and its foreign policy by taking out the Ba'athist Party. Now, for you folks that are unaware, in the Middle East, there was a party, a political party, but that was called Ba'athist, the Ba'athist Party. And it was a secularist party of Muslim secularists. Saddam Hussein was a Ba'athist. Bashar al-Assad and his father were Ba'athists. And the Ba'athist Party, folks, actually helped contain these wild Yehudis, both on the Sunni and Shiite side, from killing each other, for Christ's sake, man. So what I'm saying is now in retrospect, all right? What I'm saying now in retrospect is that maybe the Baathists and the hard line they took on their people, maybe it's necessary. Because if you take a look at the way Germany, the way Germany and France and Sweden, they opened up their countries with open arms. I mean, y'all remember, right? All these people, oh, we accept you, refugees, come on over, we'll help you. They accepted them with open arms and kindness and friendship. And look at what these wild Yehudis have done to their countries. You understand this? I'm starting to believe now that the only way to deal with Yehudis is through an iron fist, Saddam Hussein style, Bashar al-Assad style. I hate to say this. I hate to admit this. I don't want to admit this, man, but it's sad. It's sad, man. It's sad. So I'm just saying, man. I mean, I never thought I'd say this, but man, I mean, it seems to me that the majority of the Muslim world needs to be suppressed. You know, needs to be ruled through totalitarian rule. I think that's the only thing they appreciate. And folks, with all due respect, it goes back to their religion. Their religion is all about submission. It's all about bowing down. You know, it's all about smiting and, you know, infidels and all this crap, man. So that's all I'm saying, folks, all right? I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on here, but I want to say the prognosticator strikes again, because I called that Erdogan was going to go into northern Iraq, which he's in. He was going to go into Syria, which he's in, and he's going to continue. He's going to continue until he is stopped, which he probably isn't, because as I stated, folks, each and every territory that he's going to go into, he's going to be greeted as a liberator, because much of the Middle East has been under so much war torment that they just want some level of stability. They could care less how totalitarian it is. All right? I'm not joking around. Anyway, folks, let me move on, because I'm almost out of time here, and I want to get to Radio Graffiti. I want to say here that we need to keep our eye on Russia, folks. All right? Russia has deployed more military divisions to the Ukraine border, and according to reports, the situation out there is on the brink of war. On the brink of war, and this is something that cannot happen before January 20th, folks, all right? We cannot have war in the Ukraine before January 20th, because this would be a precursor for the government to implement martial law, because they are going to help the Ukrainians, because they're a part of NATO, right? And because the part of the NATO treaty is that if Russia attacks one of them, they attack them all, and that unilaterally got to go and just confront Russia in a nuclear confrontation, for heaven's sake. So I would strongly advise everybody to keep their eyes on this Ukrainian situation, and I would advise you to tweet or Facebook message, call your congressman, and tell them we don't want war with Russia at this point in time. We don't want nuclear war, all right? That is a no-end-win game. No-win game for anybody. I mean, why do you think that Vladimir Putin, as soon as Donald Trump was elected president, he came out publicly and spoke in front of a bunch of foreign dignitaries saying that he wants to restore full diplomatic relations with America again? Why would he do that? Because, folks, Vladimir Putin doesn't want nuclear war. He doesn't want to go through all this crap. But for whatever reason, these globalists want this to happen. They want this because a nuclear war will provide the cover so that every country in this world can be put under totalitarian rule under the guise of warfare. I'm serious. Jesus Christ, man. I'm not joking around. We need to watch this Ukrainian border situation, folks. It's on the brink of war, and if war strikes out, if there is a theater of combat that strikes out there, I don't like the implications of that. I mean, we need Trump in office. We need him in office quick. I mean, there's still a long way to go, folks. I mean, anything can happen. I just want to make America great again, man. I want to be rid of Obama already, man. Go away, Obama. God damn it. You've ruined this country enough, you mulatto piece of trash. Just go away already. Go away and take your tranny with you. And, that's another thing. Look, I don't mind if this guy's with the tranny. I mean, obviously he's the bottom. I'm talking about Obama, Barack, Barry Soetoro. I'm sure he's the bottom. I mean, because let me tell you, man, Michelle Obama, I mean, come on, Michelle. You could have been a little bit more passable in the past 8 years that you've been out here. I mean, this broad, I'm going to call it a broad because obviously she wants to be a she, or he wants to be a she. This broad is built like a Mack truck, for heaven's sake, man. Have you seen the freaking shoulders and arms on this? I mean, she could play for the freaking 49ers, for Christ's sake, man. And I'm probably sure Colin Kaepernick would love it because he'd be bent over picking up the soap for Michelle Obama. So I'm just saying, why do they have to hide that? I mean, aren't they liberal? I mean, I'm serious. Wasn't this the gay president that brought gay marriage? I mean, why are they hiding the fact that Michelle Obama is a tranny? I mean, can somebody explain this to me? I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. You're supposed to be liberal, okay? You're supposed to be liberal out here. What happened? Why are you trying to hide it? Why are you trying to hide the fact that you have a tranny wife? I don't understand it. I mean, I think liberals would probably be like, oh, well, hey, he's the first gay president. He's Mr. Liberal, I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. And, folks, by the way, if you really want to go down this rabbit hole with the Obamas, all right, Sasha and Malia aren't even their children. I mean, they're not Michelle and Barack Obama's children. Now, if you take a look, and look, people have done a lot of investigative work on this, but if you take a look at who the real parents of Michelle, the real parents of Malia and Sasha, first of all, if you do a name search in public records, there are no public records for Natasha Obama, Malia Obama. There are no public records for that, okay? Now, what I do want to bring up, since I'm already going this direction, I want to show you two individuals who have been alleged to be Malia and Sasha Obama's parents, okay? Now, let me go ahead and post a picture, and I want you to compare these people. Compare these people with Sasha and Malia Obama. Now, engineer, can you get me that damn photo of these people? Now, I don't want to say their names for libel purposes, because, well, I guess I can, because I'm alleging. I'm not saying it's the truth per se. I mean, this is what's really going on out here. I'm not joking around. I mean, this is a rumor that is being speculated out here, and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Hold on. Let me go ahead and download this. Download this for me, there, engineer. Come on. All right. Once I download this picture, I'm gonna go ahead and tweet it out, and I'd like for you folks to analyze it, because let me tell you, these people that are allegedly Malia and Sasha Obama's parents, they're actually the right-hand man and woman of Barack and Michelle Obama. I mean, they go out on trips with him. I mean, whenever the Obamas go on vacation, they bring these two people. they bring these two people, okay? Now, the people that I'm talking about in question is a man by the name of Martin Nisbet and Anita Blanchard, a woman by the name of Anita. Now, these are the alleged real parents of Sasha and Malia. All right, now, let me go ahead and I'm just going to tweet out a picture right now of these people, all right? Here it is. I'm not even going to put anything on it. Here's the picture. There it is. Go on my Twitter account right now, Politics Ghost, all one word, no underscores. Now, take a look at these two people, and I'd like for you to analyze these two people with Sasha and Malia Obama. I'm not joking around, folks. This is not a joke. These are allegedly the real parents of Sasha and Malia Obama. And these people are very close to the Obamas. Whenever the Obamas go on vacation, these people go with them. I mean, that's how close these people are. That's how sick this rabbit hole goes, for Christ's sake, man. Anyway, folks, if you are looking at the picture in question, that is Martin Nisbet and Anita Blanchard, folks, the alleged real parents of Malia and Sasha Obama. There it is. I mean, look at Nisbet. He looks like Malia. I mean, he looks just like Malia, for heaven's sake. I mean, good God! Anyway, folks, I didn't mean to go down that rabbit hole, but people need to realize what's going on here, that, you know, everything is built on a lie as it pertains to the Democratic Party, and a complete and utter lie. Anyway, folks, I was going to go off on liberals and, you know, how they're pushing the limits of America's patience, and they need to stop complaining about their pathetic lives and go out and, you know, do something with themselves instead of bitching and complaining, for Christ's sake. All right? They need to realize that no one is going to give them a goddamn thing, for Christ's sake, and if they put the same amount of effort as they did bitching, complaining, moaning, rioting, so on and so forth, all right, maybe, just maybe, they can carve out their own destiny and create a better life with themselves with capitalism. But, you know, I'm not even going to go there. I'm tired of these liberals. These people are pieces of trash. They make me sick. I spit on them, for Christ's sake. I don't want to befriend them. I don't want to take them in. I don't even consider liberals Americans anymore. I don't even consider liberals American people anymore. I consider liberals enemies of the state. I mean, seriously, man, these liberals piss me off, man, with their freaking pompous-ass attitudes, their anti-American crap, their safe space garbage. I mean, they make me sick, man. And every time I see them protesting, every time I see them spewing out some red herring out of their suck hole, every time I see them, you know, flapping their mealy mouth to the wind, for Christ's sake, I just want to... Freaking liberals! Damn it, man! They make me sick. They make me sick, man. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. They make me sick. I can't stand liberals. I can't stand leftists. I can't stand socialists. I can't stand communists, folks. We got to systematically remove these people like a goddamn cockroach. We've got to do it, folks. I'm serious. I am not going to befriend a liberal. Hey, piss off, liberals, all right? I don't want to have nothing to do with you mindless pieces of trash. You anti-American piece of trash. You pro-Satanist piece of trash. Jesus Christ, man. Good God. It just makes me sick, man. I'm tired of these liberals. I'm tired of them. I'm tired of them. Give me the freaking... Give me the... I'm serious, how anyone can still defend the left, how anyone can still defend Democrats at this point in time, you are pro-Satanist, you're pro-satanic. And once again, folks, if you have not researched the Pizzagate scenario, well, by God, before you do, it's going to take you down a rabbit hole that you never thought reality was. But, folks, we are being led around by satanic pedophiles, for heaven's sake. You know what I'm saying? I'm not joking. So anyway, look, I'm pretty much done here. All right, let me. I haven't even drank some of this beer, for Christ's sake. It's been sitting here. Oh, I'm telling you, that tastes like 8% beer right there, boy. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast. All right, and I'm talking about radio graffiti. That's right, folks. Radio graffiti, a part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you've got to do is give me a call right now at 425-390-6146. And when I call on your area code, you've got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we call this radio graffiti. All right? And before I get on the radio graffiti, folks, I do want to remind everybody that, the wife's autograph is for sale, and I'm looking at the numbers here. I mean, we've almost got a cool 50 sold, for Christ's sake. I mean, look, I don't like how these numbers are going up and up and up. But if you want Mrs. Ghost's autograph, go ahead and go type into your browser right now, ghost.market. All right, that's ghost.market. And let me tell you, these are actually signed by Mrs. Ghost, all right? They are actually signed by Mrs. Ghost, so she's the better half that, kind of helps the ghost train keep rolling, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very happy to have been with her for a great amount of years, and I hope there's a great amount more. So, once again, folks, if you want Mrs. Ghost's autograph, and this is, of course, by fans' demand. People really wanted this. I had no idea why. Anyway, go to, on your browser, type in ghost.market. All right, that's ghost.market. Type that in your browser right now, and it'll take you to, the Ghost merch website, and you can go ahead and purchase your Mrs. Ghost autograph. Now, I got like 50 sold already. Look, I'm telling you this right now, all right? I'm going to keep this on here probably till the end of the week. I don't want you to show me up on my own show. So I like the rate at which these are selling. I appreciate that. I just don't want my wife selling more than me because I know that's what you idiot trolls are wanting to do. I know you! I know that's what you trolls want to do. I know this, all right? I know this. Anyway, folks, once again, ghost.market is the website for the merch. Anyway, do we got any goddamn radio graffiti callers there, engineer? All right, well, let's go ahead and take some radio graffiti callers right now. All right, who we got here? How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
This is Sparta Radio Graffiti.
This is Truth Fascist Radio. Truth Fascist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of political violence and race realism.
Give him eugenics or give him death.
I'm a Nazi, and I endorsed this Nazi group called the National Socialist Underground, and sorry I hurt people's feelings about the whole pro-Nazi commentary here, but I'm telling you the honest truth, folks.
Broadcasting from his Fuhrer bunker in beautiful Berlin, Germany.
And that's why we need to confront these liberals on the Thanksgiving table with the family watching. As a matter of fact, shoot to kill.
Shoot them right in the kneecap. Shoot the other kneecap. Shoot the femur bone. I want them to remember me for the rest of their life.
And now he'll take it from here. Your host, the man who will make Germany great again, the National Socialist they call Ghost.
Yeah, you know what? Just shove it up your ass, all right? Shove it up your ass, all right? Let me tell you something right now. I am a melting pot of friendship, and everybody out there on the internet knows it, all right? I don't know why you people infer that I'm some kind of a grand dragon or some kind of a freaking neo-Nazi racist or something, man. I'm a melting pot of friendship, for Christ's sake. I'm a nice guy. God, man. I happen to have a whole bunch of friends that happen to be black. Do you understand that? I happen to have a whole bunch of friends that happen to be Hispanics. All right, I happen to have a whole bunch of friends that happen to be WAP, Kraut, Limey, Muck Shovelin Mick, Camel Jockey, Oriental, Jap, Kangaroo Banger. I mean, I've got a whole bunch of friends, so for you people to sit here and obnoxiously call me some kind of a freaking racist is a false indictment, and shove it up your ass is all I got to say for you people. You understand that, boy? Do you understand that, boy?
Showing up unannounced at your ex-in-laws for the holidays? Bad idea. Giving your true love 7 live swans a swimming? Bad idea. Ignoring the expiration date on your eggnog? Bad idea. Getting a Plus membership from Sam's Club and saving more than $300? Yay! Good idea. Join today and get a free year of LifeLock identity protection, a $10 gift card just for signing up, and much more. But this won't last long, so join Sam's Club as a Plus member and start saving. See Club for details. Showing up unannounced at your ex-in-laws for the holidays? Bad idea. Giving your true love 7 live swans a swimming? Bad idea. Ignoring the expiration date on your eggnog? Bad idea. Getting a Plus membership from Sam's Club and saving more than $300? Yay! Good idea. Join today and get a free year of LifeLock identity protection, a $10 gift card just for signing up, and much more. But this won't last long, so join Sam's Club as a Plus member and start saving. See Club for details.
Anyway, breaking news, folks. Trump team and United Technologies reach an agreement to close on keeping from closing the 1,000 factory jobs at Carrier plant. So here, check it out. Trump's not even in office, all right, and we're winning. Do you see this here? Look at this. All right, breaking news. Trump team and United Technologies reach an agreement on keeping close the goddamn 1,000 factory jobs at Carrier plant in Indiana, baby. He saved the plant. He's saving jobs, baby. He's saving jobs. You're goddamn right. We're winning out here. We're going to be winning so much, we're going to get tired of it. But you know what? I'm not going to get tired of winning, baby. I want to make America great again. You know it, and I know it, and everybody in this goddamn show knows it, too. Anyway, let's get back to Radio Graffiti. How about anonymous Radio Graffiti?
Teutonic Place.
Radio Graffiti.
Look, I know it's a little late here, but I'm just going to say it anyway. Happy 400th episode, engineer. Keep up the good work.
Happy 400th episode? What the hell? When did this guy come back? Damn it! What the hell? What the hell? Oh my God, I can already see y'all are tainting this Taco Tuesday. I can see it. I can smell it. I can smell it. Ugh. It smells like a dirty carnival urinal, for Christ's sake. Give me the freaking mic. Give me the mic. Jesus Christ, man. You're tainting this Taco Tuesday, you sons of bitches. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Graffiti.
Nobody gives me nothing. Nobody gives me nothing. Nobody gives me nothing. I'm not a fridge. Nobody gives me nothing. got Christmas carols. I've got all the stupid crap.
So I don't want to hear about Christmas.
I don't want to hear any of this crap. Nobody gives me nothing. Nobody gives me nothing. Nobody gives me nothing. I'm not a Grinch. Nobody gives me nothing. All right, I get it. I get it. Enough, for Christ's sake. Look, I don't like Christmas. I'm sorry. I don't like it. I don't like Christmas, all right? I mean, I got to give everybody everything. Nobody gives me nothing. So, I'm sorry if I'm not in the goddamn Christmas spirit, okay? I'm not, all right? I'm sorry, all right? Nobody gives me nothing, man. Jesus Christ. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
He is your host, the manly man they call Ghost. But some of us think the show needs a more feminine touch. In other words, we want Mrs. Ghost to host True Capitalist Radio.
My name's Stickman, and I want Ghost's wife to host TCR.
I'm Godzilla3709, and I want Mrs. Ghost to host the show.
My name is Brony Drumming, and I want Mrs. Ghost to host TCR. I mean, hey, if the engineer hosted TCR, why can't Mrs. Ghost?
Hello, this is Tyson Rocket, and I want Mrs. Ghost to host True Capitalist Radio.
I am Disco Waffle, and I want Mrs. Ghost to host the show.
This is Raldy, and I would like for Mrs. Ghost to host the show. Mainly because Ghost needs to put his balls back in his wife's purse.
I'm Twinny Atkins, and I want Mrs. Ghost to host the show.
My name is Jellyfish Capitalist. I want Mrs. Ghost to host the damn show.
I am Super Smash, and I want Mrs. Ghost to host the show.
This is Mask Pony, and I want Mrs. Ghost to host the show.
Hi, my name is Rifle Kick 6, and I would like Mrs. Ghost to host the show.
This is Scarlet Moon, and I would like Ghost's wife to host the show because she's oh so fine.
I'm Hillary Clinton, and I approve this message.
You sacks of shit. Damn it! Sick of this crap! Sick of this crap! Sick of this goddamn crap, man! Now you goddamn trolls want my wife to freaking host the show. Real funny ass crack. Real freaking funny. Look, you idiots are lucky that I even have my wife's autograph for sale, for Christ's sake, because I think it's sick. I think it's sick that you goddamn morons actually want that. I mean, I don't even know what the hell y'all are going to do with it, for Christ's sake, man. Y'all are sick-ass, twisted, dumbass perverts. And look, stop buying them already. Look, y'all have bought enough today. Stop buying my wife's autograph, you sack of crap. Enough! I'm not going to let you sacks of crap sit here and make fun of me on my own show. Y'all are not going to make an ass out of me. Give me the freaking mic. The freaking goddamn mic. Jesus Christ with you goddamn scumbags, man. Let me move on. I can't believe you people, man. How about 713 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, what's up, Ghost? This is my first time calling in. Been listening to you for a while. It's an honor listening to you and all the things you've been through this year. It's been a lot, man, but I'm happy for you and how the show's been going and everything. And you mind if I give a shout-out?
Go for it, man.
Thanks. I want to give a shout-out to the Capitalist Army, Engineer, the Bone Network, and lastly, my best friend, Decline Others. So I know you could be watching this. Thanks.
All right, man. Thank you very much. And I appreciate the kind words there, sir. All right. Thank you for tuning in with me for all the years and so on and so forth, man. I appreciate it. Who else do we got here? How about 651 Radio Graffiti? Yeah, Jesus Christ. I mean, that sounded horrible. I mean, you could have practiced a little bit better than that there, Horny the Clown. Give me a freaking break. I mean, were you trying to play Seven Nation Army by
What the hell's that freaking, I forgot the freaking name. White Stripes, for Christ's sake, man. That was like 2003, huh? How about Anonymous, Radio Graffiti?
Danny J, Radio Graffiti. I'm having a good time here. I don't know about you ass clowns. I mean, I'm loving my positions in everything that I've...
Yo, what the hell's that?
Danny J, Radio Graffiti.
What the hell? I don't understand. What the hell was that supposed to be? I don't get it. I don't get it. What the hell was that? Jesus Christ, man. You people are half-tards, I'm telling you. Freaking people are half-tards out here. How about 407, Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost, meant to call you yesterday. Happy 400. Cheers to you, and cheers for more dead communists.
Yeah, I can drink to that. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and drink to that now. Man, that beer tastes like there's a shot in there, boy. I'll tell you that right now. That beer tastes like there's a shot. How about 903, Radio Graffiti?
Don't think I had my hand up, Ghost, but how you doing tonight?
Yeah, you did, and I'm doing all right. You did have your hand up. How about 973, Radio Graffiti? Yeah, Jesus Christ, this guy's shoving the phone in his ass or something. How about 808, Radio Graffiti?
Yo, Ghost, Current Capitalist here, man.
Hey, what's going on, Kahuna, man? How you been?
Oh, doing fine. I mean, rounding up some of the business deals going on over here and there, and finishing up some stuff. First, I just want to know if you actually got the tweet I did to you a couple days back from Merkel saying something about this on the internet and such.
No, I didn't get the tweet. What tweet was it about, man?
No, that Angela Merkel warns about trolls and alternative media going to change the election for her.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's pulling out the same goddamn garbage as Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama. I mean, did you hear today? I mean, she's claiming, or not her, but the authorities are claiming that Russian hackers are going to hack the German election.
Before you actually said that, when I read that, I was like, oh, come on. You're just pulling the same card that Hillary pulled. Huh? You learn a little lesson from your little butt buddy there?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Hey, thanks, Kahuna, for calling, man. I mean, we're running out of time here, but I appreciate you listening. Let me tell you, I did get that tweet, and they're going to say the same narrative as they said over there in Germany, and you folks in Germany, don't believe them. Do not believe them. There aren't no Russian hackers that are going to hack your election. The fake news and all this crap isn't influencing the German electorate out there. It's a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of garbage, all right? Anyway, we got Anonymous, Radio Graffiti.
Yes! I freaking love this game! Woo! Let me get my freaking gun out here, for Christ's sake. Again, another round of shots. Another round of shots, baby. Woo! Are you kidding me? What?
I mean, hold on. Y'all think I would act that way if I lost to Duck Hunt, for Christ's sake? I'm a crack shot at Duck Hunt. Do you understand me? Don't even go there, boy. Don't you even go there. Anonymous, Radio Graffiti. I mean, I never thought I'd say this, but I took a big cock down. That little girl that was taped up to a table. And you know, folks, no, we're not going there, you stupid morons, all right? There's nothing humorous about that, and I hope that you get injected with cancer of the prick if you think that that's funny. Anonymous, Radio Graffiti.
What did you are, you racist cripple? I mean, not every black guy wears clothes. I'm naked in the streets all the time. That's why I call myself Black Ash.
Well, unfortunately, we couldn't even understand you with your dumbass Obama phone, and then you're going to put a voice modulator on it. You sound like a stupid piece of crap. How about Anonymous, Radio Graffiti?
Fluttershy, Radio Graffiti.
What's going on between me and Fluttershy is personal, all right? I want to do your honey cunt!
Fuck me like Donald Trump would do to America.
Oh, my God, you sick, twisted fucking prick. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse there, but, man, I'm telling you, you see, there needs to be authorities watching over these people. You know what Donald Trump needs to do? We need to reevaluate, some kind of a sexual deviant squad or something, because, man, these people are getting pathetic. I mean, it's bad enough that this whole Pizzagate scenario is opening this satanic pedophile network wide open. The last thing we need is idiots like this believing that garbage, sick, twisted, demented sexual activity is somehow accepted. We just can't allow this to happen anymore, folks. This is just disgusting. This is just getting utterly disgusting. Anonymous, Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, this is Flutter Guy again. I'm currently fapping to gay midget porn. Shall I send you?
Yeah, I'm sure you are. I have no doubt about it. Anonymous, Radio Graffiti.
Radio Graffiti.
Pizza, pizza. Pizza, pizza. Pizza, pizza.
Pizza, pizza.
Pizza, pizza. Pizza, pizza. Pizza, pizza. Pizza, pizza.
Pizza, pizza.
Yeah, real funny, you idiot. Real funny. All right? Why don't you roll up those pizzas and shove them up your goddamn horse-loving ass, you stupid son of a bitch. How about 831 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, what's going on, Ghost? Shout out to the Capitalist Army, and I got to tell you that Steel Reserve's where it's at, man. I'm about to go get a 40 ounce of it right now.
You're gonna get a 40 ounce of what? Steel Reserve?
Yeah, that stuff you were talking about, that 8.1.
Yeah, man, it's some hardcore stuff, man. As a matter of fact, let me take another drink of this. Look, as you can see, I'm not chugging this son of a bitch, all right? I mean, I ain't trying to, act like an inebriated piece of trash right now on the show. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, it tastes like there's a shot in there, boy. How about Anonymous, Radio Graffiti?
Hey there.
Come on, Brony. As they know we're up and silly.
Come on, every pony.
You could travel the world, but no one can prove like the girls with the hoops. Once you party with ponies, you'll be seeing rainbows. Equestrian girls, we're kind of magical. Boots on hoops, TVs on top. Furry coats too will blow your mind.
All right, enough of this pony crap. Seriously, enough! Jesus Christ. 323 Radio Graffiti.
Yes, I freaking love Caroline's fruitcake. Uh-oh, poo-poo.
Man, that's not even a funny joke, seriously. I mean, that could potentially be real life right there. I hate Caroline's fruitcake, man. It sucks. But you know what? I got to be all happy whenever she comes over and be like, oh, it's such a great fruitcake. Oh, look, another annual fruitcake from Caroline. Oh, I wish I could mush that son of a bitch in her face. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously. I mean, sometimes, I'm obviously not going to do it, but, man, whenever she comes in And, you know, I've got to do the, oh, you gave me a fruitcake. Wow. I wanted to take it and just mush it in that broad's face, man. Jesus Christ, man. Let's move on, for Christ's sake. How about anonymous radio graffiti?
Nigger, 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 nigger. I'm 100% racist. Nigger, 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 nigger. I'm too...
No, I never said that, man. God damn it. I never said that. That's a freaking splice and everybody knows it, man. Jesus Christ. Who else do we have here, for heaven's sake? Jesus Christ. How about area code 484 Radio Graffiti? All right, we get it, you stupid son of a... Oh, Jesus Christ. Who else do we have going on here? How about anonymous Radio Graffiti?
Chocolate rain. Oh my God, I can't believe it's chocolate rain. Chocolate rain. I took a big cock in that chocolate rain. Chocolate rain.
Hey, look, I told you idiots yesterday, I hate that song. It was a stupid, dumbass viral video, and everybody who made it viral should be slapped in the face. Who else do we have here, for Christ's sake, man? How about 727 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost, I just gotta say happy Taco Tuesday. I got a question for you, though, if that's alright.
No, go ahead. What's going on, man?
Hey, I was listening to the first part of the broadcast, and I was wondering, where can we possibly buy gold at all?
Well, that'd be very easy. As a matter of fact, I mean, the most cheapest place, in my opinion, to buy it would either be at a pawn shop, because pawn shops usually mark up their jewelry based upon what they bought it for, and typically don't put the price of the jewelry at the market value of spot. So in my personal opinion, a pawn shop is the very good place to get it. And as a matter of fact, the beautiful part about a pawn shop is you can haggle. If you purchase more than one piece, they're about getting rid of the product. They want to liquidate the product because they're not necessarily in the business to sell product. The only reason they sell product is because they need to liquidate things that had been put on collateral or were traded for cash. So in my personal opinion, I would go to the pawn shop. I mean, I think that there's some great deals to be made at the pawn shop. And as a matter of fact, you can haggle with these sons of bitches and get yourself a pretty good deal, man. I mean, let me tell you, I mean, there's some deals to be made out there. Anyway, I got to get back to the freaking Radio Graffiti. Hopefully that helps you out, man. Where else do we got, for Christ? Look at all these stupid... 609 Radio Graffiti.
Dormy Sweet Radio Graffiti. My wife belongs to George Soros. That's right. What you're going to do about it? You're not going to do nothing. Nothing, because everything is mine. Oh, man. She's got her right hand on the man's arm. She's got her breast laying on the back of his back arm area there. You know, she like doing a little dance and making a little love and all this coming. Good God. That's right. I own your family. Yeah. Woo!
Are you kidding me? You son of a... You son of a bitch! I'll kick the living crap out of you! You goddamn splicing pieces of troll terrorists and cyber vermin! Pieces of crap! How dare you? How dare you attempt to ruin the sanctity of a man's home? How dare you?
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can seem intense. like breakup R&B intense.
I thought you said you loved the sweater that I got you. If you didn't, you could have told me.
Geico makes it easy. Just go to geico.com anytime to update or check your policy without all the extra drama.
I even had a gift receipt.
Showing up unannounced at your ex-in-laws for the holidays? Bad idea. Giving your true love 7 live swans a swimming? Bad idea. Ignoring the expiration date on your eggnog? Bad idea. Getting a Plus membership from Sam's Club and saving more than $300? Yay! Good idea. Join today and get a free year of LifeLock identity protection, a $10 gift card just for signing up, and much more. But this won't last long, so join Sam's Club as a Plus member and start saving. See Club for details.
How dare you? You sick son of a bitch! How dare you ruin the sanctity of a man's home?
Give me this freaking mic. Give me that freaking goddamn mic. How dare you, sacks of crap, man? How dare you? Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Benito Gostini, Radio Graffiti.
I want to talk a little bit about the Ohio State University situation. For you folks that are unaware, what happened was I dispatched justice with extreme prejudice on some dumbass college kids. Oh my God! Damn it, that isn't funny, you son of a... That isn't funny! That's not funny!
I mean, good God, man, that just happened yesterday! That just happened yesterday, you sick, twisted pricks! You sick, twisted pricks! Oh my God! You sick, twisted pricks, man. Good God, give me the freaking mic. Give me the mic. Man, you all have definitely tainted this goddamn Taco Tuesday, you son of a bitch! You all have tainted this goddamn Taco Tuesday, you sack of crap, man. 919 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost. So is your autograph, well, your wife's autograph, excuse me, the 69th, has it been sold yet?
Well, obviously there's only been 50 of them, so no. Number 69, dude, is not... It hasn't been sold yet. And, yes, these are going to be numbered, folks, okay? So just in case you're wondering. All right? And as a matter of fact, speaking of being numbered, we're going to start drawing from the folks that purchased the Ghost autograph. This Baller Friday, we're going to start drawing, some random numbers. And whoever has the autograph number of these particular drawings, we're gonna mail them some prizes, baby. You understand? I mean, that's the perks of buying some of Ghost's merchandise, baby, especially if it's numbered, all right? Especially if it's numbered. So starting Friday and going into next week, I'm feeling a little bit like Santa Claus, and I'm going to draw random numbers of anybody who purchased the Ghost autograph. And I'm going to go ahead and just start giving out, I'm going to mail people probably, who knows? I'm thinking gift cards. Who knows? Who knows what I'm going to do? I'm going to give away a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? Because I'm Santa Claus. It's going to be fun. So we're going to be doing the same thing with my wife's autograph. Once the campaign of my wife's autograph is fully done, I mean, we're going to continue to do this on any numbered merchandise that yours truly sells. I mean, I'm going to give back to the people. Give back to the people! So once again, if you want one of my wife's autographs, go ahead. Go to ghost.market right now in your web browser. That's ghost.market and purchase one, baby. They're going to be numbered. She's going to autograph them. Like I said, this Friday, if you purchased a Ghost autograph, we're going to start giving away prizes, gift cards, so on and so forth. We're going to mail them to whoever number is drawn, and it's going to be lots of fun. So if you did purchase a Ghost autograph, lucky you, baby. Lucky you. Anyway, who else do we got here? How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti? Oh, great, another Helen Keller deaf mute, for Christ's sake. Who else do we have here? How about 831 Radio Graffiti? Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, get it straight, you stupid ass cracks. How about 510 Radio Graffiti?
The indescribable pleasure of her tight pussy throbbing on your cock negates any discomfort.
Yeah, all right, we get it, you stupid dumb moron. Shut up. All right, just sit there and shut up. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Jellyfish Capitalist Radio Graffiti.
I don't care if you listen to my show. You want to boycott my show? Well, show it up your stupid dumb brody. Look at popcorn eating, man-children, cartoon fetish watching acting.
Danny J. Radio Graffiti. Just shut up, you stupid moron. Shut up! Good God. Who else do we have here? How about 614 Radio Graffiti?
Ghost, did you hear that the Berlin Holocaust Museum now has a Make America Great Again hat on display? Oh, my.
Are you serious? Is that a joke, tough guy, or are you goddamn serious? Man, I don't know what the hell. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Jesus Christ. I'm feeling a little bit like Santa Claus. What the hell is that? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Oh, my God. You know what? I'm going to take one more, and this better be a good one. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Prankster Pinkie Pie Radio Graffiti.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. First, I thought French were not all that can train a cheap labor force. You barely had to train. But then I found the truth there. Judy's at least. They went from ranch to a hair from the Middle East. Everywhere I turned, there is a definite Mad ranch. What we going to do? We guys.
I have no idea what the hell that's supposed to mean. We can't end on that. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
Call it a crash, I call it a flying. Here to perform on the deserted island. Jealous cause the lead pony smiling. You need to chill cause you know just who I am. Out here, no cell phone service. With a blank sterile service purpose. Not worthless, look at the surface. Where we see any pony shirts.
All right, that's enough. You know what? I'm done with this crap. You people have tainted my Taco Tuesday enough already, all right? Go screw yourselves. Be here tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time right here at blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. If you haven't already done so, follow me on Twitter, folks. The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores. PoliticsGhost is the name to follow. I will be here tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. You better be here, boy. You understand that? And once again, my wife's autograph is still available, and it'll be available all week. Type in your browser ghost.market. Ghost.market. Anyway, long live the capitalist army, baby! I'm out!